Elon Musk to become the new owner of Liverpool, or is it just paper talks? We'll chop it up, man. Obviously, I can't have the conversation on my own because it might seem like I'm just stupid. You know what I mean? I don't know. Big up to everyone that's locked in the building already. Shout out to Psychedelic, man. So he's enjoying these 10 p.m. shows. Keep them up, bro. Elon Musk to buy Liverpool. Imagine we ready to invest. I don't know, man. I'm going to call you X. Big up to yourself. First time I've seen you in the building. Is it true? I don't know. We'll chop it up, man. Lucky in the building as well, rather FSG than that clown. Jesus Christ. Prince in the building. Is this a joke? We'll find out, bro. Big up to Christian as well in the building. And Red Chili, Tap Star, Neil H, and the rest of the crew in there. But, you know what I mean? We ain't been able to do shows together in a minute because of the time difference, bro. But you know what? KWASI is in the building. KWASI, bro, welcome to the stream, bro.
Salute. Man, them in the building. I see some people. I've seen some people I haven't seen in a while. You know, Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year.
Hey, it's a beautiful new year, man. You know what I mean? So far, so good.
Yes,
so far, so good. Nah, see, man made a joke the other day. Man said that ends. I can see you squinting, bro. Just grab the glasses, man, and read. So that today I said, you know what? Let's not squint today. Let's get the glasses out and let's start. You know what I mean? So we can see what's going on.
Man,
big up to James. Big up to Basti in the building.
That's it. Neil is in
Gary in the building. Big up to everyone. Dustin in the building. Big up to each and every one of you guys. Guys, before we get started, man, you already know what it is, man. Just smash the likes, man. You know what I mean? Get the likes up. I can't be bothered to keep asking for it, but the jargon is you guys understand what it does. It helps the algorithm, and I'm not going to explain it again, or I'm just going to keep bugging you guys throughout the stream. Whatever it is. I don't know. Whatever you want. Need to keep saying it, or you just do it on the way in. I don't know, man. But before we, you know what I mean, get going, KWASI, man. Actually, no, let's dive straight in, man. Yeah. We're waiting for one more. Jerry's late. I don't know why he's trying to do the prima donna thing. Messi,
Jerry,
Ronaldo.
You know, Jerry got that Ghana blood in him.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, that Ghana time, man. You tell him 2, he shows up at 4. I guarantee you he'll show up at 4 o'clock when you'll be like, man, show is over. They'll be like, I'm here.
Nah, I might have to, bro. I might have to tell him 2 hours earlier, and then by that time he should jump in on the right time. Big up Asher as well. Leon in the building. Big up to yourself, man. Big up.
It's gonna be a great show, man. I see the people in the building. It's gonna be a great show. I see Ali's in the house. Neil, that's fair. I see you.
Nice. It should be interesting, man. But without further ado, man, let's get straight into it. Elon Musk, bro. Paper talks. Is it real? Is it? I don't know. I tried to do as much research as I possibly can. I was typing it in everywhere to see where it came from, and literally, it's paper talks, bro. So it's on the papers. Weekend sports. I don't know. You know, sometimes these guys get these random things out of nowhere. They just pull it. It comes out of nowhere. This ain't a thing where you're like, oh, this is a conversation. Liverpool's up for sale, so we're going to try and find a suitor out there. They just went, nah, Elon Musk wants to buy Liverpool. You're like, wait, where did that come from? I don't know what you think, chat. I'm going to throw a poll in there as well. Let's get interactive. Let's discuss it. Because a lot of people don't like FSG, bro. So Elon Musk, one of the richest, if not the richest man on the planet.
This time he is.
There's some man that's not even registered though, because you know there's them some dons that
bro.
You keep the accounts private. They ain't
very private. Don't put me on Forbes magazine.
Yeah. Talk to me, man. What are you thinking, bro? If it is true, what are we looking at?
If it is true, all the people thinking he's going to invest, nah, that's not how he operates.
Exactly.
This man is a shrewd, he's a very, very shrewd businessman. He's very knowledgeable. He's a smart dude. I'll tell you that. He's smart. He knows what he's doing. If it doesn't make sense, he's not budging. You know, there's man them out there who people think that if they happen to own a club, they're going to be spending. He's one, and the other one is Jeff Bezos. You know, Amazon. This guy is not into, he loves sports, but he's not into sports like that. If he does it, it has to benefit him. So what do you mean by that? He bought X at the time was called Twitter for a reason. Why? Because Twitter has a lot of information, a lot of people that he needs for his neuro thing that he's doing. No conspiracies. I don't do conspiracy because he is trying to sell information. You have to understand this guy before you assume he's going to do anything. Look at all his business ventures. I don't see no sports or anything resemble as sports for him to come in. People thought that he wasted 44 billion when he bought X. No. That guy had a long-term plan. He wasn't thinking about the now and then. He wasn't thinking about 5 years. So imagine all the people in X, when his neuro thing comes up, guess who he's gonna be selling those information to? He's one of the first people to start selling that checker thing, right? He came in and, screw that, bomb that you've been here 10 years and that kind of that. You gotta pay. I give you $1.99, $2.99, and whatever that they sell it. But he is not those type of people who like to spend frivolously. And when you are in sports investment, you're gonna be spending knowing that you're not gonna get anything back until you sell the sports club. Football, American football, NBA, Major League Baseball, any sport, the racing, F1, you are not making any money until you decide to move on and then sell it. That's not how this guy operates. Now, if it was the guy who owns Los Angeles Clippers, what's his name, Boma, then I'll be like, okay, if it's true or not, I'll be hyping for him to buy because that guy loves sports and he spends in his sports team, But other than that, this block here, nah. And number two, if you hate Trump and you campaigning for Elon Musk to come be the Liverpool owner, I'll leave it as that. And I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist.
It feels like you're starting something you don't want to start, bro. But I hear it, man. He's saying he's not buying Liverpool 100%. You know what I mean? FSG ain't going to sell. But what do you guys think, man? Because there's a lot of complaints about how FSG runs the football club currently. What side of the fence are you? Are you happy to just take any new owners or it has to be the right one? Because either your hate is really strong for what they're doing currently. You're like, they're not good enough. They're not buying the players what we need to buy. They're not running us in the way we want to be run. They keep treating us as if, we're this small club with a small club mentality.
Yeah.
That means anyone that comes in that has money, you should be able to be happy to take. Go ahead.
And this is the part where people need to understand. This guy doesn't have liquid cash. All his money, his wealth, it's all investment that he owns, right? Shares that he has in Tesla and his Neuralink that he's doing, his satellites that he sends. He doesn't have cash compared to the Saudis. Saudi have cash. Because of the oil they sell, they have cash. All they do is sell what? Oil plus other investments that they do. This guy doesn't have cash. So he lives off his investments. Same thing as Bezos and most of these, especially the tech people, right? They don't have money. You'll be like, hey, I'll give you $1 billion. He's going to go to the bank and borrow. And if he comes to Twitter and said, now you have to pay for subscription and all that kind of stuff, you think he's going to show up on Anfield and not rise up the ticket prices? You saw what?
They can't go any higher than what they are now. There's no way you can
bro. You saw what?
I don't know if you've seen the prices for tickets.
Oh, it went up. It went up a couple.
They're stupid, bro. They're ridiculous now. And then people knowing that because it's expensive, they're selling it on and and they're doing doubles now. They're making more money on top. I'm like, nah, man. I love my team, but them prices they're ridiculous.
Nah, too much. And then I agree with you with the FSG part. Hey, whether you love them or you hate them, they are the best sports management probably that I know of.
Don't say that too loud, bro.
Oh, I'm gonna say it because see, people have to do their research. Don't go based on what fans will deal with feelings. Right? Fans do things with feelings. So if it doesn't make sense to us, we were like, no, bomb them. They can always spend more, of course. Trust me, I can always spend more and get what I want, but it doesn't work like that. We got the richest club in the world called Newcastle, and their owners can't even spend a dime. Why? Because there's rules. And they have to follow it. If they don't, they get hit with FFP and all those things, and people want them out of here already. People don't even want them there anyway. So imagine they start breaking rules like City does. They're going to be kicked out before anything else. And the rules have set up for state nations not to be able to spend too much compared to the investment side, right?
Yeah.
So FSG, they're doing well. That's why Liverpool is worth almost 10 times since they bought it. They bought it what, 300 million?
300 million, bro.
What's the Liverpool worth right now, Ant?
Close to like 4 billion, I think. Or something crazy, bro.
Bro, you can't tell me that you're doing a bad business and go from 300 million within the course of 10, 12 years, you are 4 billion. Probably 6 if they decide to sell it that much.
So what? Okay, Kwasi. The problem is, what do we do? Because we have, on one hand,
Right.
we have owners that, in some fans, they run in the club perfect. Like they're running it as a business should be run, which is fine. All right. But from the footballing, fan standpoint, we always like, but why don't we go and get the extra players that we know the team needs, we know the club needs? Why are we always skimping and scraping when we don't need to skimp and scrape? While we're watching other teams, like a Chelsea, for an example, their owners come in and they're like, right, let's look at the squad. What do we need? And if it doesn't work, we're going out there and buying and replacing it. Right. Our owners are not that way. So the other side is, we can get someone like an Elon Musk in. You're like, he can clearly see what the fans are asking for. The business is ran perfectly. All we need now is for you to come in and invest on the field.
Right.
So I can see why some fans would be like, yeah, get Elon in, or whoever that may be. Maybe Saudi owners, maybe another, I don't know, whoever it may be. I can see why some fans are saying, get this, get someone else in.
And that's a perfectly feeling, because I used to feel the same way. I remember that Christmas time when John Henry came up and said, yeah, I'm taking over Liverpool from the Gillette and his buddy over there, the cowboy dude. It was a great time. We were like, yeah, we about to spend. And what did they do? They spend. So I was like, yeah. But then people have to learn what the rules are. Yes, Elon has money over John Henry almost 200 times more. But just like I just said, Newcastle have an owner who's richer than Elon.
Yeah.
But they can't spend any money because there are rules, right? So you have to follow the rules. Now, the part where we need a player and they don't buy it, that one, I think there's more politics involved than just we don't have the money. Because FSG is not just John W. Henry, it's 27 of them. I think 28 now, right? So who is in charge of the football duties? It comes from the CEO of Liverpool all the way down. Who's making those decisions? Now, Liverpool is not a rich club like City, PSG. Right. But if somebody tells me we don't have money, I'm looking at you like you don't know anything about Liverpool or Liverpool finance. Liverpool have money, except that they choose to spend it more wisely than most people. You spend 85 million on that boy Darwin, your brethren, right? No shots.
Why am I always getting
no shots? No shots.
Before you carry on, Kwasi, big up to Omar for subscribing to the channel. Love
Big up,
for the
man.
love, man. Appreciate it. Sir, go ahead. I don't know why I'm always taking shots when it comes to Darwin. I already said like time is
it's
up.
becoming. I've never heard you. I don't know why it's going on, but every show that I've seen you on different panel, they always seems like, hey, you support it that way, and as you should. He's a Liverpool player. Why should you not? Why should you not do that? Right? But this is the thing. City also have more money than anybody else, but Newcastle, but they also don't spend frivolously. Right? PSG decided to stop that foolishness and decided, hey, we got to be smart now. Hence the reason why Mbappe leave, they didn't spend beaucoup de money to get another world-class superstar. I'm pretty sure they could come to Haaland and be like, hey, we'll give you whatever you want. So sometimes it's not about the money. Right now, clubs are getting smarter. Hence the reason why Manchester United has been struggling since Ferguson left. They got stuck in their head. And this is what some fans would disagree with me. We are not in the old days where get the player, and then things will work. Now you have to get the right player, because football is not free flow. Let me say it again, too much. It's not free flow football anymore like it used to. Now it's more precise. If I bring ends as my midfielder, ends, this is the job you have to do. You have to do from A to B, and that's something that I learned from him. It doesn't matter how many step overs and how techy you are and whatever, how many shoulders you could drop. If you can't do that precise job that we're asking you to do, why are we spending all this money on you? There's a big debate going between Salah and Hazard. Hazard went to Madrid, his dream club, and he played 7 times in 3 years. And at the time, I believe he was top 3 best player in the world at the time. Top 5, he's definitely in there. You can debate me about the top 3, but he was in there. However, you can't tell me that just buying players just for the sake of buying helps. The manager says something, the football director says something, and then they talk about it. That's what football is right now. And now if you look at it, the pyramid is now getting very close. From the bottom to the top, it's getting tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter. We used to be top 4. No, it used to be top 2, then became top 4, then top 6, 8, now 10. Manchester United is in 14 people. So eventually it's going to come up to the top 14 teams in the EPL.
No, it can't be. You can't go that far, man. If it goes that far, then it'll become a joke. I know we've got the most competitive league around, but it'll become a joke if we extend it to that far. But yeah, honestly, bro, I don't know what to kind of make of it, man. Look, do I think we'll sell the club sooner rather than later? I don't know. I honestly don't know, because they're looking at it as we're making money every year. So why would we want to get rid of the club if we're making money? Would they sell a percentage of the club, the group FSG? Yeah. Possibly. But at the same time, I don't know, because there's been so much promises, war chest conversation. You know, we can get what we want, but then there never is. Now we're hearing someone else. Every time we hear like, there is a suit or someone planning or wanting to buy Liverpool, I think everyone gets excited, because like, that means there's going to be some sort of spending going on. I'll tell you straight away, look, the polls in the chat right now, you know, who do you want, FSG or Elon? 60% says Elon already, bro. That's the kind of show you where people's mindset is at. Like, they don't like these owners, bro. And I don't think it's the fact of how they run the club, it's the fact that they don't invest enough on the field. And whatever that looks like. When we need someone, it's like, instead of just taking the reins and going, and I don't expect them to, but you know, sometimes if you just watch a bit of, like, nah, man, the manager is telling me he doesn't want this. He doesn't want this one because he's I'll be like, nah, fuck that. I want to buy the player for myself. I'll buy him and put him in the team. Use him, manager. Use him, because you're telling me what you like, but I think this guy is cold. The fans are saying he's cold as well. Right. Let me go and bid for him and get him into the club. And we don't have owners like that. They'll just trust the people that they've put in place, but to their own detriment at times.
This is a question that I ask. Which owners are doing that right now? What you said was when Ferguson was there, when Abraham was there. What owners are doing that right now? Barcelona. Apparently, Barcelona and Real Madrid are the greatest club God ever created.
Right.
Barcelona can register Olmo.
Yeah, he's looking problematic.
Right, you see what I'm saying? How did they get there? Real Madrid was slick, right? One thing that you have to give to Real Madrid is they leverage their brand very, very well, to the point where now they don't even spend money to get players. They tell you to wait and come for free. We'll give you more money as your salary bonus, right? Real Madrid didn't even go for, what's that guy's name? Euro. They told them, player, go to Man U. We'll get you when you get good. So even Real Madrid, the world's greatest team God ever created, can't even spend money because they don't have none. And getting players for free, that means something has changed. Because if you look at a team like Forest, their owners spend more money than Liverpool in the last, 5 years? Back in the day, it would be like abomination for me to even utter that words. But now we've seen it. Clubs are making money. And that's just, especially on the EPL side, right? And that's just good business from the EPL. You have to give them that. You have to give the EPL that. They have made it a way where everybody's eating. Now, if they were to do it like the Barca, La Liga version, a lot of clubs would have fallen off. So sometimes you have to go with the so-called socialistic way of running this pyramid, because if they go to the capitalistic side, is the stronger, what they call it, the strongest, whoever is the strongest survive or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of these clubs would have fallen off. You know what I mean? But people, remember 2 years ago, Elon Musk was also talking about, I want to buy Manchester United.
Well, maybe he's looking at the better club. Let's get to this one. Big up to Gangan D for the super chat.
Gangan D, big up, man.
The issue is we got complacent when we got to the pinnacle.
Mm-hmm.
In order to consistently, you have to strengthen in a position of power. All the teams you had an era dominance did this, we didn't. So was that after like the Champions League when we won the Champions League?
Yes.
And then we won the Premier after that.
Yeah.
So after winning the Champions League, you're like, all right, add to that squad. For some reason, we didn't, because we went into that season without nothing. We smashed the Premier League, but then after that's when we should have strengthened to Gangan D.
And
we didn't.
Leave that there, and let me challenge it a little bit.
You want to challenge that, bro?
Yeah, I want to challenge that a little bit. Wow. Not that I disagree, but I will tell you why. So what he said, again, goes back to the Ferguson and Uncle Abraham years where every club spend what you got. Whatever money you can have, whatever your owners have, they can spend it. That, right? Now, the better your team gets, the more money you pay them. So that means you're spending more money elsewhere than just transfer windows. City is going through the same thing, and this is the second richest club in the country.
Mm.
Their SALAH wages were over there. So they can spend the money that they could spend because the owner has, 40 billion burning in his bank account. But he can't spend it because he has to follow the rules. Manchester United are going through the same thing. Hence the reason why they are here cutting Christmas bonuses and all that thing to make sure that they can balance the books before they could even start starting whatever they started. These days, every club has to balance the book. So we want SALAH to stay. If you want SALAH to stay, you can't bring an Isak in because SALAH is there. It's not just the game. It's not just because they can play together. They can play together. Superstars can play together.
That's the issue, though. That's what I think what Gangan D is saying. Like, we're in a position now. For an example, say we go and win the Premier League this year. Fingers crossed, that's what we're going to do, right? We then become the best team in the country. Man City has a lot of work to do because a lot of their squad is an aging squad. Arsenal probably not. They just need to add. But because they've spent so much money already, they're in a predicament where we can't just keep giving this manager money because he keeps spending it. He's not spending it wisely. All now you haven't bought us a striker. You're buying players that could potentially play there, but they're not strikers, but they're like midfielders. It doesn't make sense. But we go and win the Premier League, and for an example, say we go and win the Champions League as well. Do we now trust the owners to go, right, this squad is in a good position. Let me now go and make it even stronger. So we get rid of the deadwoods, right? So we look at Nunez, you say get rid of him. You say, Jota, you're cold, but you're not fitting. You're never staying fit enough, so we get rid of him. We might maybe look at the young players in there, the Dokes. Do we sell him? Oh, that's a conversation I want to kind of have as well. Is Elliot going to really strive to get to where he needs to get to, or do we need to get rid of him and then get someone else in that's maybe there? Maybe a Florian Wirtz is a way better player, but obviously time will probably tell in terms of like who's going to be better within the Premier League. You get rid of these like players and then you bring in some world-class or top-level players. Do we trust the owners to do that after winning? That's where I think a lot of the frustration lies.
But that's the power ends. If they do exactly what you said, what will be the hate that they get? Oh, you are sell to buy. You get what I'm saying? Because you let Brendo go, you let Elliot go, you let some of these guys that we were like, bro, you're not going to make it. We can see it from a mile away. We're just giving you a contract because we haven't got the transfer fee that we want. So we're keeping you here till we get that money, right? Or eventually, somehow, you become great. You see what I mean? So it's like, That's what I'm saying. Until the rules change, it's very hard to do exactly what Ganga Deep said. Because back in the day, that's why Alex Ferguson dominated the EPL so much. It's because at the time there was no rules. Man United was the richest club at the time. And look at Manchester United, even when Ferguson was there. When another rich club came in, what happened? He was not winning consistently like he used to previous years. And then now there's rules. Chelsea, even when Abraham was there, Chelsea could not win, even as much money he was spending, they were not winning every single year. Even the Chelsea fans will tell you that sometimes they will win a year and they'll be like, we need more players, and then he won't buy. And then they will fall off, and then 2 years later, he will spend more money, and then all of a sudden, they win again. So I think the clubs should educate the fans more. And I think if they educate the fans more, there will be more evil, because they'll be like, wait a minute, you telling me you don't have money and the ticket at the stadium is this much? So they also have let the media run wild with whatever story that everybody want to say. And then it's like, bro, you only telling us 10% or 5% of the truth. You see what I mean? So
is it their job? And before I ask that question, big up to Marco as well for subscribing to the channel. Big up to everyone that's locked in, man. Guys, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel if you're new, and also drop a like on the video if you're enjoying it, even a thumbs down. You disagree with what KWASI said, don't disagree with me though. I'm trying to stay on the side of the people today, KWASI. You can
I'll be on the other side. I'll be on the other side and see if I make sense.
Yeah, I'll stick to the side of the people, man. They've been getting on to me recently, bro.
Yeah.
Man's telling me I need glasses. It's going on, bro. It's a lot going on. So look, for me, you know, I'll go back to what I said originally in terms of what to go with Gang Deep's thought process here. If we can't win the double this season, and that's the Champions League and the Premier League, the problem is I think there isn't a majority of this fan base that trust the owners to put us in a position to be successful the following season. Because that means, before you go, that means we would have to give Trent whatever, not even whatever he wants, but we'd have to give him a good deal. Right. We have to give Mo a good deal. We have to give Virgil a good deal. Sign those three up. So that's putting us in a good position for the following year. Right. Then it goes, right, as I said, look at the deadwood, get rid of that, and bring in some top quality players. We don't trust, I say we, I'm on the side of the people today, as I said. We don't trust them to go, here's the contract for Trent, here's the contract for Mo, here's the contract for Virgil. Get rid of these guys, and there you go. You're going to have Florian Wirtz and Musiala in the team. So straight away, like, oh my days, even whoever starts, who cares? We just got some ballers now. You go and get a top quality striker, whatever that looks like to us in the world. Yeah. We're not shopping for João Pedro's no more. Big up to him because I like him as a player. But now we're looking at, I don't know, who can I even throw in there? Maybe just go and get Harry Kane for a season. You know what I mean? I don't know. Go and get some. No, sorry. Let's go for Isak, because that's the name everyone wants right now.
I want Isak too.
People said they want Isak. So let's go and get Isak. So we go and spend 150 on Isak, 70 million on Musiala, because I think he's only got a year left. One of the best. We go and spend another 100 on that. So we go and then just splash 300 million. You're like, okay. And then Virgil, Mo and Trent signs. Oh my gosh.
No. I mean, that is the dream, because that's my agenda this summer, right? Musiala, Nico Williams.
Go ahead.
Oh, K-Mac is in the building?
Yeah.
So my agenda, Musiala, Nico Williams, and Isak. That's my agenda for the summer. Since last summer. But the thing but 300 million, this is where I sometimes shit at people are like, hey, bro, you're not being consistent. I know Liverpool has the money. They can spend 300 million to 400 million this coming summer, and they will not be over FFP. But there's also another side called wages. The better your team gets, the more money you spend. And for some reason, this is the part where people say, oh, we are different from American sports. The European football is becoming like American sport, because the same thing happens to American sports. When, what's this guy? Your boy, quarterback from Kansas City.
Oh,
500 million for 10 years.
Hey, that's money, bro.
And I promise you, when he gets to closer to his thing, because this kid is just get started. He's gonna be crazy the more he goes. Eventually, you probably between the next 2-3 years, you're going to have the first $1 billion athlete coming very, very soon. Within the next 2 to 3 years, I think even before the World Cup, we're probably going to have a wages where this guy signed on for $1 billion, and it's coming. Can you imagine you have a player in your team for even if it's 10 years or 20 years making $1 billion? I'm making $1 billion on Ant-Man TV. Why do you think K-Mac and G and Savage going to tell you? I wait.
That's insane.
You see what I'm saying, though?
I hear it.
That's the business part. That's the business part where people don't understand, thinking that football is not business. Football is business. From the day one, when they paid somebody a salary to play the game that we can play at the Sunday school park, it became a business. Because guess what? I'm paying you to give me something, and you better make sure my return is twice as much or 3 times as much as I'm giving you. So with me, when the players want money, with the amount of football they're playing, going, traveling all over the corners of the world, they deserve whatever they want. Whatever they feel that they earn, they deserve it. But all I say is, hey, the business side of me say, hey, please don't bankrupt my club while you are doing it. That's all I say.
So are you more for the club then, or are you more for the fans, bro? I don't know.
No, I'm for the club because Salah is going to get old. He's going to get 50 years old, and we have a statue of him. That statue can play.
Damn. All right, K-Mac. Maybe you can. I don't know what side you picking up. Are you picking up the fan side, the people side, or the business side?
I'll say one thing. The newspaper you have there said there was a bus found on the moon.
Yeah. I told you the conspiracy corner.
And I also think there was another one where a guy burnt his willy on a sausage roll or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's that newspaper.
What side are you on, bro? Because I know you've always said about the owners. Sometimes you've caught onto them. Sometimes you try to understand some of the decisions they make.
Yeah.
But what side are you on, man? If for an example, we're not saying it's true. We're just saying, for an example, if he's the one to come in or someone else, would you prefer? Because most people don't really fancy FSG right now.
Look at the end of the day, I'm a bit wary about even having a Liverpool fan as your manager. That hasn't gone too well for a lot of clubs in the past. Look at the end of the day, you've got a guy who seems to be the leader of free speech in the world, and seems to be a guy that kind of wants to stop the crazy censorship in the UK. Is he just doing it just to piss the government off? Like, I don't want him to use us as a battering ram against Keir Starmer, which I feel like this could be, and I don't want us to suffer over it, because look, at the end of the day, Liverpool's kind of over the last couple of years, like it's all been against us, like PGML, the Premier League, the fixture list, the 12:30 kickoffs, like the travesty in the games that we've had. And there's never seems to be any accountability. Like, that's just been the way it has been for a long time. And then you got the case of, well, we didn't sing the national anthem. We all got outed for that. You've got Hillsborough. It is an ongoing thing about Liverpool and Northerners and that. Do we need Elon Musk, who doesn't get on with our government, to be getting involved with our club?
So what's okay? But what is the alternative then? Because if we're saying most people, and I'm only going by what we have in our chat, so not every Liverpool fan. There might be some trolls in there, but there's been 131 votes, and 63% said they would rather Elon over FSG. So just in our own little bubble, own little space, and we're doing our own little poll. Between that vote, 63% have said they prefer someone else than FSG. So what is the alternative if not him?
So I mean, the alternative is we stay with our current owners, who've literally just got us Michael Edwards back. Literally. Let's see how that goes for a bit. So far, so good. So maybe we just see how it goes with them for a bit. Look, they've tried. I think they've tried their hand in quite a few sports now. They're now looking towards golf.
All of them are trying it.
They're investing in golf in Dubai and Saudi Arabia. So, you know, maybe they do sell the club eventually to get that NBA club that they've always dreamed about. But I don't think it's going to be anytime soon.
And this is the part, and
Elon's a vanity thing. I think it'll be a vanity thing for him.
Yeah, he will probably jump on Twitter and start saying, "Yeah, I'm gonna buy Liverpool," and then the whole Liverpool fandom is gonna be like, whew. If he does buy it, like I tell people, he buy it. He's a businessman. Jay-Z said it. I'm a businessman. That's what he is. He's not gonna be wasting his money left and right. He is one of those people who, if you don't do the job right, you fired. You already heard him talking with Trump. He wants to be the minister, the secretary of something, which I don't think he's ever going to get it. He's a Canadian.
Doge.
Yeah, Doge. So he can make cuts. That's his job. He wants to make cuts. So if you want an owner who wants to make cuts, go ahead. But on the true side, FSG is known. Their first love is not baseball. Their first love was racing. Right? That's why they're so analytical about their whole business model.
That's cool.
Everything is analytical. Doesn't make sense. Their first thing was racing. And then they went to baseball, then to football, then they just got the ice hockey. Eventually, they're going to get the NBA. I think NBA is about...
Did they get the Penguins?
Yes, they got the Penguins in Pittsburgh. They're looking at Vegas and maybe there's another possibly Mexico is looking for an expansion over there. So there's about 3 to 4 expansion team that the NBA is looking at. And he's also trying to get into NFL. So you don't get into all these conglomerates and you don't know what you're doing. Because like I said, sports cost money. You could lose all your... Look at all the owners from when Ferguson was there to when FFP got started. All these owners they came in thinking that, that was the best thing to do. All the Americans who came over, all of them end up selling, including our owners from Texas. Yeah. Right? So the way people are thinking that, he got money, so he's going to spend. I'm telling you again, we have Newcastle owner is richer than Elon Musk. In the beginning of the show, Ernst told you the among them who are way richer than Elon. But Elon is the one that created in front of us. That guy Newcastle can't spend money. They had to sell almost 120 million worth of players over the summer. Otherwise, they would have been hit with what's the other one, PSR or whatever they call it. So you bring in Elon in, and the first year he spend money, and then we don't make money back. Then what? You want him out and go get a Saudi guy? You got the richest man on the planet. Now you want him out?
So, okay, what do we do then, KWASI? Big up to everyone locked in over what? 250 of you guys in the building.
That's the question that I was waiting for.
Smash the like.
That's the question. And that's the question football fans need. And the question you're about to ask is what football fans need to just put the hate for a little bit. It's okay. Go back and hate. I'm with you.
No, but if we keep these guys,
right,
KWASI, bro, if we keep them in place, we're never in, what Ganga Deep was saying, we're never gonna strengthen in the position of power because they haven't shown that they can do that, but they haven't shown that they have done that. So what do we do then? Do we keep them and we just keep this rotational? We'll challenge for a couple of years and we fall off, and we challenge again for a couple of years and we fall off, or do we want to be a team where there's the X factor there and there's a fear for a consistent period of time? Yes, we had that on the Jurgen Klopp for a bit, but most would probably say is what Jurgen did in his playing style. A lot of people, we had our front three, we had the midfield three, and then we had our defense. But when that goes and that style goes, can we still be dominant? Yes, Arne Slot has come in and made us look very dangerous again. But we need players, bro. And if these guys ain't going to go out there and spend the money that we need, like, as fans, they're going to get mad, bro. And then we'll just accept anyone, even to the detriment of how the club is running.
Okay, so from outside, based on Ganga Deep's comment, 1,000% correct. When we won the Champions League, we should have strengthened. Not when we won the league. When we won the league, it was too late. When we won the Champions League, we were supposed to strengthen. But the manager came out and said, we got bills to pay.
Yeah.
Now, this is the part where fans, if you want to do what Genga Deep and Ants is saying, some of your favorite players have to go. Who are you willing to sell to get your another world superstar to come in? Because that's what the world of football is. It's not just Liverpool or FSG doing that. City have to sell to buy new players coming in. Or they have to let players go for them to be able to bring players in. They are not going to be able to. Well, who was the most expensive player City ever bought? And that's Grealish. After that, it was what, 8 million, 7 million, 15 million, all this, right? Those were not superstar, world-class, Akanji and those guys, bro. So if that's where we want, because that's where the world of football is right now, because of the FFP rules and the PSR. Now, if they get away with that, that's when FSG is going to sell. Because FSG is not going to be like, we're going to waste money and hoping to just spend. FSG is making money and investing it back into the club because their model is when we are done and we want to move on, that's what will make our money. And like we said, they spend 300 million, they're going to make 6+ billion, right? Because they are venture capitalists. And that's how venture capitalists is. They give you the money. I'm going to give Ants 100 million.
Please do.
And when I want my money back, it better be $1 billion or we got a problem. That's how they think. So they are there for the long haul. And Liverpool, bro, they got Red Sox and Liverpool, two of the most historic ball club of all time.
Historic.
Historic. These guys have hit the lotto more than anybody. And the fact that they are still holding on to those two, and I'm pretty sure there's been a lot of more richer people have come to them and say, bro, when are you going to sell? So if you're smart, you join them. Just like, what was that guy? Red Ball did.
Yeah.
You join him. You bring money in, you say, okay, buy a percentage. Now, in terms on the football side, the rules has to change for we to be able to do what you say. Because other than that, hey, that year that we won the Champions League, we should have sold a lot of players. And based on the rumors that was going on, Edwards wanted a few people to go. The other manager said, no, I want to keep him. And guess what? He walked the league from day one. How do you challenge a guy like that? It's a reason why a rich guy like that, and Ant, you and I have had conversation in the back about how these people think. We'll go back.
What will happen as well? What will happen with that group of people that own Liverpool? If there's someone who wants to sell, who decides, look, I think we should sell. If the main guy doesn't agree, someone will buy him out. Like, so if Tony Werner wants to sell, which rumors are, he's the person who's pushing for the sale more than anybody else, then he'll just get bought out. Yeah, he'll just get bought out, and he'll get his money, and he'll go off into the sunset, or he'll do whatever he wants. But that's what will probably happen because John W. Henry does not want to sell. Like, he's got no reason to.
He's trying to build an empire, and the empire that he's about to build. And it's going to be crazy, especially if they get that golf thing that they're talking about. If they get
that is huge.
As I said, KWASI, I am on the people's side. How does that help the people? Because
but there's the thing.
Help the business.
Liverpool
doesn't put money in our pocket to get the players we want to go and get.
But there's the thing. This is how they build their business. They build their business in such a way that each ball club is self-sovereign. Liverpool is making money. Liverpool doesn't need Joe W. Henry permission to spend it. They just have to spend it wisely. The only reason why they ask him or whoever the hierarchy is because he gets the money for Liverpool on a 0.001% interest rate, right? So it's okay. And your show, I need some light.
That's true, honestly.
So I come to you, you buy it because you're the guy with the plug, speaking in lame term.
Yeah.
Because I know paying you back is going to be cheaper than me going straight to the store and buying it. That's how he operates. And that's how Liverpool has been catching up. Hence the reason why we are richer than Manchester United currently.
Is that true though? Because I don't want to say stuff and it's not true.
No,
that's the reason. That's the reason why we dumped Nike. The reason why we dumped Nike, we weren't getting enough money. Like
Yep.
we didn't feel like we were getting valued as much as we should have been. So we've gone with Adidas, and Adidas are going to pay us megabucks. Like you also have to look at the thing as well, where you said that we won the league and we didn't strengthen. Didn't we give out 5 new contracts? And they were costly. They were big contracts. I think it was Ali. I think it was Trent. I think it was Robbo.
Yeah.
I think there's one more in there as well. There's probably a striker in there somewhere. But we gave out big contracts. And if you look at the contracts that we're offering now, it's not a case of it's not a case of what we think, where they go, oh well, we're just giving them this much a week. It's the total outlay. So the total outlay could be 87 million for Trent if he accepts. That's what's coming out of. You have to put that on your books.
Yeah.
You have to declare that.
And then also,
you got Salah and you got Virgil van Dijk as well.
Yeah.
These are huge outlays that are going to be added to what the club are going to be spending from now up until the next 2 years, 4 years. You have to look at it like that, and that's what fans don't see. Fans don't see that.
And to answer Ansman's question for the people, because he's going to ask again, the people just have to be patient and go for the long haul. Because look, excuse me, look at Liverpool right now. I said something, he said, are you sure? Manchester United, in terms of global marketing, yes, they are a juggernaut, but then they're still in debt. So whatever money they're making, they're paying their debt. It's not the Glazers paying for them. That's why the fans who know always gets upset, because it's the marketing money they make has to service the debt. Hence the reason why Old Trafford has rats and leaky, what they call it? Roofs. Now, Liverpool, on the other hand, we got money. Liverpool got money. Yes, we have debt, but our debt to what do you call it? Debt to wealth ratio is not like before. Our wealth is here. Our debt is right.
There's no debt under 50 million now. It's like 30 odd million now. It's really low now compared to what we see.
And what also has helped us is Liverpool. I think we are top 3 highest wages in the EPL.
Yeah.
Is that shifted from bonus now, or is that straight cash now? Because I swear.
No, it's bonus. It's bonus. Because there's a reason. We fluctuate because 2 seasons we were poor. So, of course, I'm not going to pay you that well. Salah said, hey, give me my money. Hence the reason why we paid him the 350 compared to him making 150, and he was leaving almost with $1 million in bonuses and that's a week, not $1 million a month, $1 million a week of bonuses because of the goals he was scoring. So when Salah was selfish, people, there's a what do you call it? There's a theory to his madness, right? Now, people like Trent is talking about legacy. For all we know, Trent is trying to be part owner of Liverpool. Have people thought about that?
I thought you wanted to try and do the Beckham thing. He looks like that type of guy.
No, because guess what? This is the good thing about dealing with people like Joe W. Henry, hence LeBron, because you have to understand that these athletes talk to each other, whether they are in basketball, football, or whatever. Mbappe has been a mentoree of LeBron for years, right? Hence the reason why they say he owns a club while he's playing. There could be, Trent could say, okay, listen, I would take 100,000, but when I'm done with my playing career, I want to have 1% or 0.5% of Liverpool ownership. Just Liverpool, not FSG. If you look at Messi is not being paid anything. Like literally nothing. For the amount of money he's making the MLS, he's making this amount of money. But when he's done, though, he's going to own his own club. That's the same thing Michael Jordan did. That's the same thing LeBron is doing.
David Beckham.
David Beckham. So it's not just the money. If you are smart, you could find a way to get that contract. And I guarantee you, Trent is not the people who's talking about money. Because if it was money, he would go to Real Madrid. Easy. But people like Trent, who has been a legacy player for so long, he's looking at saying, what can I do? Maybe I can get into an ownership with FSG when my career is over, right? Or I can you imagine I'm a Scouser, captain, become owner of Liverpool? Tell me that's not better than anything else that Steven Gerrard did. So there is so many avenues to why the contract is not done. That's why I'm saying for the people, like Ann said, he's for the people. No, he's the people champ
And for the
today.
people, bro. You know what I mean?
But the people just have to understand how this business works and go for the long haul. Because we went for the long haul. I didn't hear anything about we canceling Christmas parties. I mean, we got kicked out because somebody decided to bring a gun or a knife into the toilet.
Yeah.
But I'm saying,
We still pay for it.
in a very great place.
We still pay for that party.
And then we still pay for that party.
All right, look, okay, right. So, Quasi, I hear it, but where do we go come the end of the season, right? For an example, I'll paint you the picture.
Right.
We slip up, don't win the Prem. Virgil, Salah, Trent leave on a free.
Yeah.
And then we're wondering where we're gonna now go and get the superstars to replace these guys. We've not seen FSU go, do you know what? We're gonna spend 150 million to get the striker, which will get us the goals.
Yeah.
In Isak. We've not seen them go, we're gonna go and spend 100 million maybe to replace Virgil, because even though Virgil, when we bought him, was really expensive, but now even the guys not even on his level are going for more than him now. So we have to go and replace him. Then maybe not with a right back situation. We could probably, maybe Bradley can fill in. There's others we could probably use, but we've not seen them go out there and spend that kind of money.
Can I disagree with that statement?
You can disagree, but what happens then?
We've seen it.
We're going to come for you then, bro.
We've seen it, but we didn't spend the money well. When they first came here, remember at the beginning of the show, I said when they first came in, how much did they spend on Andy Carroll?
Yeah, but that was 30 million, bro. That ain't
30 million. Factor in the
at the time, 30 million was a lot, man.
Bro, factor in that inflation to now, it's almost over 100 million.
Was that the Torres money?
Yeah, Torres, and remember they bought two players for more than what they sell Torres for, right?
Oh, they only added on a bit of pocket change on top, though, bro.
Now, you see, to you it's pocket change, but let's do the inflation from then to now. That is, we spent 200 plus million for those two strikers.
Yeah.
And then we have our boy, your boy, Nando, Dawizi.
Hey, my boy, man, I already told
I apologize. I mean, you for the people. You for the people.
Yeah,
I have to. You for the
people.
people. You for the people.
Yeah, the people said they want him out. I want him out. Yeah,
the thing is though, like I understand, like FSG didn't spend enough money over the course of God knows how many years. Like I understand that. Like, but they have broken records. Like they broke our record for the most expensive defender ever signed, and it was also the Premier League record.
Goalkeeper.
They also did it with a striker, as in Darwin Núñez. Like
Goalkeeper.
we also spent a ton of money on a new midfield last year. So if things are needed, they do put their hands in their pockets. And I do feel that if we win the league, I know you just said like we don't win this and we don't win that, but say we do win the league and we win a Champions League,
right?
There is no way next year we are not going to strengthen. There's no way, because we can clearly we can see clearly that we need a new left back. We can see clearly that we need another defender, and we can see clearly that one of our strikers isn't firing enough, so we'll need another one. So
K-Mac, I don't want to stop you there, K-Mac. I just want to make, obviously we need that visual aid.
But
right?
we have to spend big to
so
go again.
We say a left back is needed, right? Who else did you say we needed? A striker. So a striker.
Núñez will be replaced.
We need a left back. We go a striker. I agree on both of those. What else did you say we needed?
Central defender. We'll need another one.
Okay, right. If we're saying if there is no other issues in terms of the squad and Mo signs and Virgil signs and Trent signs, then cool. Get those three in. We're cooking again. But for an example, the caveat is if Mo leaves, Virgil leaves, and Trent leaves, you now have 6 major issues now instead of just 3. So what do we do then? Are you comfortable in these owners to go, right, if those 3 don't sign on, that means we have to go and get a replacement for Mo, we have to get a replacement for Virgil and add an extra centre back on top of that, get another right back to replace Trent, and we definitely need a left back.
No, I think it will only be. I think you'd only. Okay, so if those 3 left, I think you would definitely be getting 1 centre back. You won't be getting 2, so you'll be getting 1.
So we minus one
Yeah.
off of that. Yeah.
But it won't be a centre back that's going to replace Virgil, if that makes sense. It's going to be
I'll bring that
the
one
centre back, which is going to be Virgil, like in that spot.
Yeah.
So the likes of you like Bastone or Gay here or someone else, like maybe try and get Jonathan Tah on a free transfer. I don't know, like, but I'm just throwing that. The left back issue might have to get sidelined because you probably are going to have to get some more goals in your attack to cover what Salah takes out of the team. So you're probably going to go and get a Kvaratskhelia or someone of that ilk, which is going to cost another 80 to 100 million. So you probably are going to spend 250 million, but in different positions and not on strengthening on the team you've already got. That makes sense?
Yeah.
But we can't let that happen.
If
But
that happens,
this is the thing,
and we've let that happen. Like,
the question that you asking, it's twofold. Big up to Jerry, man.
Big up, Jerry.
And by the way, shout out to Diaz's pops. It seems like he's doing much better now, so shout out to him. And for us to be able to do what we did with the Red Arrows, as Pops will always say, we had to spend a lot of money. We spent 30 million on Mane. If you fact, I think the thing that people are forgetting is getting the right.
37, man. It was, you know what I mean? Chump
But
change.
you forgetting inflation, and you know how inflation is nowadays.
You ain't inflated that much since then, bro.
What? I can't even get a gallon of milk. I wonder how much money would have cost us right now.
Probably a 50. You're talking about a pinky, easy.
Okay.
So pinky for 2 of them. 100 mil for them two in that. Now.
That's a lot of money.
Nah, bro, that's not bad, bro.
Okay, so the question is, that's why I said it was twofold. Are you one of those people that just want to be the one who won the transfer window, or you want to get the right players?
But we've been doing that for so long. Like, you haven't got plan B because you wanted to get the right play.
No, but if you get the right player, you get somebody for 8 million like Robbo. Right?
You're never getting an 8 million Robbo now.
Yeah, we're not going to get it anymore because people know that these guys, we know how to make superstars. So instead of 8 million, Robbo is going to be now 16 million, right? So I'm asking, do you want to win the transfer window war, or do you want to have the right player? Because a lot of time, the right Kante came in. How much did they get Kante for? As a matter of fact, listen to Arsene Wenger. He said that his agent was begging teams to get Kante into the door. So, and you are also a coach. You have a player in there, you'll be like, man, this kid is sick. Oh, if I can get him through the door. But then you got K-Max saying, no. We need a player that's cost 50 million because that's how we roll out here at LFC. We are big boys.
Saying that.
I'm just an analogy.
If we lose players,
yeah,
then the price goes up because teams are going to know that. Hang on, we need that guy. Like,
exactly.
We just lost our 2 stars.
So then, K-Max, do you want the right player or you want to win the transfer window war?
I don't want to win the transfer window war because we never have.
So you need the right player.
I don't want to be in that competition because we've never won that one.
But then you want the right player, right?
Right player.
Yeah. So the right player was Mane. The right player was Salah. The right player was Gini. The right player was Alisson. Definitely Virgil. What was that? Jerry's favorite midfielder. Fab. Right? Those were the right players at the time.
Bro, man, just throwing players allegations who was.
No, I'm just saying.
You're on mute. I don't know if
when
you
said it. I was like, "What, Genie?" Like, because I was like, "Genie."
Yeah, I thought it was Genie. In my mind, I was like, "Nah,
it's Genie." So
Genie was 30 million. You know that, right?
No, he won.
He was 30 million from Newcastle.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
See, that's 30 million from the relegated side. You know, that's a
bro.
Go ahead,
I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. Go ahead, Jerry.
That's like, yeah. To be fair, with these breaking it down, that's like, yeah. No, who's getting relegated now, man? It's like Liverpool spending 50 million on like Dibley or whatever. If they were Southampton to get relegated, I think the differences as well. If I kind of obviously I came in late, apologies. I was
all good.
But yeah, when Liverpool was signing players back in the day, it's a completely different perspective. Like you can go and take a gamble on like a Mane on this because you've got no one else. When you look, it's like, bro, this is trash what we've got. So this is going to be better than what we've got anyway. Where Liverpool are right now, right? The level has to be so high. You can't just go and be like, you see some player have a good game and you're like, yeah, just grab him because it might not work. They might not improve the squad. You think they're good. Like Kvaratskhelia is a great one. You think he's good, right? Until he comes to the Prem and then what? He's dead. Remember, Mudryk was good. Mudryk was good. Havertz was good when he went to Chelsea, right? He's the Bobby replacement. All these players were good. Madueke came from PSV as well. He was good. All these players are now, all the tacticals will tell you, no, you got to grab this player. We've got to get him. We've got to get that. It might not work, though. It might not work. It might not work. And that's the problem you're at. So, unfortunately, Liverpool and teams like that are only going to spend big when they feel it's the right player.
When is it going to be the right player, bro? Because we can't have a flop situation, Jay, when he tells us there's no one better that can get in this team. We've got Oxlade-Chamberlain, we've got Naby. He was just, I don't even know if he even mentioned.
Do you know what his problem was, though? I think that when he was saying that, I never had an issue with him saying, like, we've got this player, we've got that player, right? It was more so that the players aren't damn available. So when they're not available, I don't care what you're saying because whatever you're doing means that these players are incapable of stepping on the pitch. So it means you're just running the same three all the time. Same three, and then you're asking, do you know what I mean, randomers to go into me. Do you know what I mean? It was a joke at times. But when you look at the numbers that Liverpool had at the time, it was a joke. Was that Lallana, or was he still on the books? Do you know what I mean? You had Lallana, you had Chamberlain, you had Oxlade-Chamberlain, you had Naby Keita, Gini Wijnaldum, Henderson, Milner, like Fabinho. Brother, I'm trying to take 8 midfielders at one point. Then you had Elliott emerging, Jones emerging. That's like 10 midfielders. So you got 10 midfielders. And of course, in an ideal world, you can always upgrade, innit? But then you got to be a bit realistic and think, all right, cool. Now you're competing with the best of the best to get the midfielders. Can you offer that same package financially? Can you offer the same, do you know what I mean? The same deals financially? Does it make sense for the player? Does the player want to go to that area of the country? All that type of stuff starts to make a difference. And then you're in a situation where you're like, look at City this season as an example. Remember, they got to a point with their midfield where it's like, well,
who'd you get?
Calvin Phillips, and we're just gonna have to see if it works out. But it's gonna have to be a Matheus Nunes because we tried to get Paqueta, that didn't work out. All right, let's get Matheus Nunes in. But they had to just get someone else in, but they didn't get someone at the level of Kevin De Bruyne, and they probably never will. And I think in our heads as well, when we talk about the front three, you just got to keep it a buck. You're never ever going to get a front three that's as good as Salah, Bobby, and Mane. That's like generational. Like the best that have ever existed. One of the best. You're not going to get that again. You're just not. The synergy they had, like same as a duo. It's going to be very difficult for Liverpool to find another duo like Sturridge and Suarez because they didn't even like each other. Like Sturridge said, we didn't even get along like that in the change room. Like we didn't speak really. But on the pitch, it was just I knew where he was, he knew where I was, and it worked. You don't get that often. You can have two great players on the pitch. It's not going to be that though. So I think we need to just kind of understand that. Like when you're looking at like a Diaz and even like a Gakpo or whatever, right? And people have their reservations about them. Like I said, I don't even like Gakpo like that. I even said. But I'm not going to lie and say if Gakpo was doing what he's doing at another club, there'll be enough man that will be saying, oh, we need to sign him. We need to sign Gakpo now. If Liverpool don't sign Gakpo, like, oh, we're not being ambitious enough. And the same as Diaz. Because I'm telling you right now, when you speak to a rival, they're telling you, oh, my God, Diaz is incredible. And if he was doing this in Spain or Italy, we'd be raving about it. Like, he's the best thing since sliced bread.
Well, look at Deco.
Combinations will be
out from Barcelona. He wants Diaz next season. Like, he wants him to fill that left-hand spot.
Yeah,
like, he won't take anyone else.
But don't have money.
And that's what I'm saying. And when you're looking at like the scope of like the forward line, there isn't really anyone like that you look at as standout. And even if there were standout, it means they're going Real Madrid or Barca. Like it's not like a massive crop where you can go and get like the second rate player, but the second rate player is so good. Like when you look at the landscape, if Barca are trying to go and get your winger, it means you've got something on your hands.
Yep.
When Barca are looking and they're like, yeah, we're interested in your winger, you look at it and you're like, well, maybe we shouldn't let go.
We get rid of him.
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't get rid of him because they haven't gone for Gordon. Like, and let's be honest, and this is my point. People look at Gordon and be like, and people don't think Gordon can improve our team.
Say that again, because
improve our team ends. That's the thing. He might do. Like, again, we're not oracles. I'm not some wizard. He might come into the team and bag it up and be the best thing that Liverpool has ever seen. But clearly, the best teams in the world aren't going for these players. Otherwise, they would get them.
All right, man. Okay,
I think as well.
Finish your point and then I'll shift.
Yeah, I've got to go in a bit, guys.
Rivals.
I think as well, we also have to look at the guys that we've now got in charge. Like, so you've now got to look at Edwards. Like, what has Edwards done in the past? Like, and I sit there and I think, is he just going to do what he did with Jota? Is he going to go and get another Jota? He's going to look at the data and he's going to go, right, okay, I need a guy that can kind of do what Mane did. And all of the numbers that Jota provided were similar to Mane. And then he brought him in and he did that job. Is he going to do the same with those players? Is he just going to kind of do the same kind of role where, okay, I go and raid the Wolves. So we'll go and get a Cunha who's similar to Jota to a certain extent. Like he can play attacking midfield, he can go left, he can go right. And we're going to go and try and get that type of guy. Or are we now at a stage where, and it's been said, like Slot's like, look, I know you like that guy and I know he played well, but he isn't Virgil van Dijk and he isn't Mo Salah. So why am I ever going to play him, or why am I ever going to pick him when I've got those two? So are we now looking at a stage where we are at that pinnacle that we just go and sign £100 million player? Like, we just go and get Isak because he's the best in the Premier League right now, and we can get him for 100 million.
Well, the problem is, right, when you look at that, I agree, but when you look at the players, the teams that do that, so the Barca, Madrid are the
we've never done it like that.
No, even when they do it, right, they go and get someone that has a CV that's like he's done it for like 3 seasons, and they grab that player. So they'll go and get Bell. They don't get Bell after his first season. They don't get Hazard after his first season, right?
Third or fourth.
Right. If they're going and spending money like that, the players that they're getting are like, we think they're good. And obviously they've got money where they can spend 50 million on Vinicius and hope he comes good and he doesn't play the first season and stuff like that. Liverpool can't do that. But Liverpool can't afford to just look at Isak and be like, yeah, spend 100 million. Because you'll be in a situation now where you're with Nunes. Because Liverpool done that. Liverpool went and we're like, we need a forward, 90 million, not 80 million, whatever it is on a forward. There you go. Like, do you know what I mean? Forward, hopefully, and it doesn't work like that. Do you know what I mean? Liverpool obviously there's no striker, but Liverpool didn't go and get Haaland, because when you're competing with Haaland now, you're competing with the bad boys, and the package that you offer is not gonna be like that when you look at the landscape. And before, what Liverpool were doing is you were like where Newcastle are, where you can get a Guimaraes and like you can see if it works, or you can get an Isak from Sociedad and he didn't really bang. But they
know what you said about the package, OJ? I'm like looking at it going, we could have. It cost City 50 million. It was that in terms of the transfer fee, right? Yeah. And then we don't know the add-ons and the contract kind of thing. Well, I'm like, what we paid for Nunes, couldn't we have just paid the 50 for him and then used that?
We could have paid less.
We could have had him when he was a kid.
No, but that's what I mean. We could have probably used that.
We could have got him less.
You could have got him there. The problem is, right? It doesn't matter. Yeah, he's 50 million, right? But now everyone's going to get this player for 50 million. So Real Madrid are trying to get him for 50 million, and I guarantee they are. City, Barca, Chelsea, all the teams that got money, I guarantee you inquired about Haaland. They all inquired about Haaland. But when City come to him, be like, yeah, with your dad, your dad's going to get 50 M's. But obviously we can do that. And then like Haaland, you'll get your 100, like whatever.
Wasn't he an ex-player? Wasn't his dad an ex-Man City player?
Pardon?
Yeah. Wasn't his dad an ex-City player?
Yeah. But his dad will go like, okay, we'll do this and we'll do that. And the package all of a sudden is like, okay, but I'm doing this and I'm joining Pep Guardiola. And like, they've sold me and I can see that, look, they've scored this amount of goals. And if I'm in those situations, I'm going to get these goals. And there's a certainty that I'm going to have success. And all of a sudden, that whole package looks completely different. It looks completely different, right? Then you're looking at it and you're like, well, I'm with Guardiola in this and they win every single season. And like that, all of that counts. Whereas Liverpool, great example, when you're in it, right? You're speaking to someone and you're like, yeah, but we can't give you what they're getting. So when even with Bellingham's an example, I tell you guys off camera, but I recall, like, you know what I mean? It was like, well, this is just desperate. It's desperate. Yeah, and then this ain't gonna happen. You man are desperate. Like, you're dealing with a different type of player. So the Liverpool always, throughout, like, since I've been alive, have never got the best players. We've never been United that go out and get Rooney, the best youngster, or get Grealish. We're never gonna go and do that. We're gonna get the guys below, and then they're gonna go and develop and move on. It's always been like that, and there's a reason why. It's because it wasn't only like this with this ownership. It was like this with the ownership before, and the ownership before that.
And then this is the part too that ends. You are not. There's one part of Liverpool transfer business that people can quantify. For Salah to do what Salah did his first season, Mane and Bobby had to sacrifice certain things. The fact that Klopp was able to have them to sacrifice and Origi to be sitting there not complaining, that is also a fact on who you're bringing in. You bring in a superstar who's gonna bang in goals, and you be like, I know you were killing it in that league, but I'm gonna have you help this boy here. That's something that Ferguson was great at, letting Rooney sacrifice his best of his years for Ronaldo. So
Ronaldo, and then it was Tevez, and then it was
exactly
every player.
You see what I mean? So I think Jerry, you were the one who said that Liverpool has a no dickhead transfer people, where we bring players that we bring in, they don't have that edgy mentality. I mean, Nunes, okay, but even him, he's also calmer. You could control
him for a couple of weeks, bro, but he gets brought up so much in combos, boy.
Who?
Nah, you're bringing up Nunes. Like, you know what? Let's switch it, because I know you, man. You keep tagging me with Nunes. Listen, our rivals.
I will say something. I've got to shoot, guys. Sorry. You're right about the Salah thing, though, because Mane had to switch sides when Salah came along,
and jersey number.
Imagine this, right? Great
big sacrifice, like.
No, but K-Mac, your facts. The way to put it, imagine now with Salah, right? Imagine now we've got Salah, right? Or Virgil van Dijk's a great example. Imagine we've got Virgil van Dijk, and in the summer we go and sign Inacio or Bastoni, whatever centre back you want, and they go and tell Virgil, yeah, can you move to the right hand side, please? What?
It's true though, like.
But you go back to how it was with Mane when we signed them, right? When you're signing Mane, what type of player is he? What's his position in the team? Or no, not in the team, but in world football. It's not that guy yet. So it's only, and that's the problem you've got with Salah right now, is when people are talking about, well, but Salah's getting everything and everyone's passing to Salah, is because that's the team. He's at a level now where it's like you can't move him out of the team. It's like it doesn't matter if he's having a poor game. Managers being creative and he's like, no, I want to play Salah in the 10 and he's going to play off the left because he might be able to cross. No. None of that's happening. We're going to move Diaz about. We're going to move Gakpo about. We'll move them out of the team. This person's not moving because of stature in the team. Same as Virgil van Dijk. When have you ever seen him play on the right-hand side? Because logically, it makes sense, bro. He's right-footed. Why are you not playing on the right-hand side? That's not his preferred side, though. That's my side. Same as that. It's little things, even in the change room. No, that's my locker. That's my car parking space.
Nah, you respect. But listen, before you go, K, man, I wanna still chop up the rivals dropping points today. So Arsenal drop points to the hand of Brighton, and Chelsea dropping points to the hands of Crystal Palace. We now 5 points clear with 2 games in hand. I tweeted saying I'd rather the points than the games in hand. I ain't even gonna lie, because I'd rather look at the points when the other teams can look at it. They're like, oh, they got 2 games, they have to win them. Where they're looking at going, bro, they're 11 points clear. That this is long now. That means we can't afford to mess up anymore now, because they're 11 points clear. They're able to probably even lose 4 games. Are they likely to lose 4 games? No. So
and it's been like this from the beginning, though.
Yeah.
Like, since we've had the gap, right? The longer it's gone on, it's like, yeah, Arsenal can do it, but they can't drop any points anymore. And it was like, at one point, it was like, I think Arsenal could only drop 9 points there, because I think the way, Rory Jennings guy, he broke it down, was like, let's say 90 points is the amount that you need to get to win the league. It was like, Arsenal could only drop like 11 points at the time. This was like 2 months ago. City could only drop 9. They've all dropped that anyway.
Yeah.
So it's like, and Liverpool could afford to drop 17 points in that period and still win the league. It's done. Like, it's unless there's a severe capitulation.
I've said it for some time now. It's done. Like, the thing about it as well, it now starts to feel like we're the Man City. Do you remember the Man City when we were winning games and they were winning games, but they still had games in hand? And you're like, oh, we're going to get there, and then they still had those 2 games, and they overtook us, and then we never looked back, and then we never caught them again. It starts to feel like that now, because I think, like, you may, everyone in the chat may go crazy, but I think this is probably the most competitive Premier League I've ever seen. And I know that we are on the top and we're romping it, but I genuinely believe this is probably the most competitive Premier League I've ever seen. If you look at the last 2 seasons, there are so many clubs that invested. Like, I'm talking like over 100 million in windows. You've got Forest, you've got Wolves, loads of clubs spent big money, and it didn't work right away, but it looks like it's working now. And it looks like your Brentfords and your Fulhams and your Brightons. All of these teams are now competing. Your Nottingham Forest, they're all competing now because the players that they've spent a lot of money on are now starting to work in their team. And at first, they may not have, but now they're starting to work in their team. And I think this league's done by maybe the middle of Feb. Like, I actually said that I don't even think we need to get to that Aston Villa game. You know, we got Aston Villa away. I don't even think we need to get to that. I think the league might be done before that. And if the Manchester United game gets called off tomorrow, there's another game in hand, which we'll play.
I don't think they will call it off.
Fit a team. I'm not sure it will either, to be honest.
I don't think it'll call it off.
But I mean, we're literally pulling away now. Like, you know, I mean, what can you say? Like, the amount of points is just insane. Like, but it's not just that; it's just the control. Like, I don't feel in any game. Like I genuinely don't feel in any game we've ever been losing. Like, that we're going to lose the game. Like, I've never felt like this. The last time I felt like this was like 2019, when we won the league with 6 games to go. Like,
we won it we won it from day one. Anything. We won it from day one. And talking about your transfers, any crazy that the year that we don't spend money is when we always try to win the league?
I know that's mad, you know. When we decide no, we ain't trying to.
It's a mad stat that I know it's true.
Hold on. Before we move on, housekeeping. Honesty, Alexander Delos, and Scraps. You guys are responsible for getting us to 200 likes. If we don't, they're banned from the next stream.
Immediately.
That's it. I've put that
immediately. Big up, K-Mac. Happy New Year, brother.
Bro, what are you saying? You're banning the mods, bro?
No. But they need to, like as in, put pressure. You know, like, we're putting pressure on the players, right? It's a circle. I'm putting pressure on these guys.
Are you saying the man them conversion rate Nunes right now?
Promo for laughing. It's on you as well.
You can't talk about Nunes if you are not out here hitting the like button, man.
Conversion rate for the man them are as if it's Nunes.
People are missing the like button.
Bruv, if Google are looking at you, do you know what I mean? And they're thinking, should we like help ends with the algorithm? They're looking at it and thinking, but he's like Nunes, bro. He ain't cashing in like that. You can't help him with the algorithm. No.
You know, Elon Musk hasn't bought Liverpool yet. The like button is free. Come on, hit it. Jesus. 230, man. Come on, man. Guys, it was at 250 at one point. Come on. I'm pretty sure it's more. YouTube be doing some big things sometimes.
Nah, big up, man. Guys, I've seen the likes are flying up, man. Let's get the likes up for real.
Getting up to 200, man.
Yeah, but listen, Arsenal, bro, you know the whole time, I'll tell you what I was doing. I was watching the game, I even switched it off. As soon as they scored, I switched the game off. I was like, bro, I can't watch it. Because I want them to drop points so badly. I'm just like, if I turn it off, even if they score, it won't affect me, bro. So even if they go and win the game late, it won't affect me. Because I saw in the Brentford one as well, I'm like, Brentford looking like they were on it. Bro, within a couple of minutes, Brentford found themselves 2 goals down. I said, okay, can't be bothered it. But to see the way that Arsenal played today, bro, like they got some issues in that squad, man.
They are tired, brother.
They do, bro. They do.
They were so tired, man.
I don't know why they're so tired, though, bro.
Do you know what it is? I don't even think it's that, because when I'm watching, is it snowing outside? Jesus. But sorry, apologies. But I don't even think they're tired, I just think, you know, when you lack a focal point so much, right? And there's never runs in, but like there's nothing. Like everything's it gets to a point where teams can just sit in and be like, yeah, we're comfortable. Do you remember when the Havertz narrative started to change? Is when he was making the runs in behind. It's when he started making runs in behind last. It started to become long because it opened up space. Saka can cut inside. The guys have got more space, but they're all coming to the ball right now. And I think they're just lacking a proper striker. A striker's just going to run in behind. Honestly, if they had the striker that runs in behind, even if he doesn't get the goals, they'll create so much damage, man. So much damage. I'm watching the game, even against Brighton, and I'm like, they're making Brighton look average, you know. I know Adingra's doing all of this.
Yeah, he's annoying.
And all of a sudden, it's like, why is Manieri in acres of space? Like, his goal was a joke.
That was a joke.
Nah, he is. He's a cold player, man. Big up to Tom Fisher in the building for subscribing. Love for the love, man. Big up G as well in the building. Bro, I just want them to drop points, man. And I wish we'd have played. Now I wish we played it. At the time, I thought, it was a good thing we didn't play Everton. But now I'm like, if we would have played it and had the 3 points, that would have been 8. Playing Man United tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? It would have just pushed us.
It would be. At the same time, though, devil's advocate, you see if you're Arsenal, you're right, and like, I know some fans, like, now they've dropped points. They look at it and they're like, if we drop points and they've got 2 games in hand, it actually hurts even more because we're looking at it like we want the points on the board, right?
Yeah.
But they're then secure in knowing, but we can catch them up. That's a false pretense that them be having 5 points could be 11 by the time the games are played. If Liverpool play their 2 games in the next 2 weeks and they don't play, we're 11 and we win, they're 11 points ahead. 11 points ahead.
Season over.
Do you know what I mean? So that 5 points almost, it's like the way I look at it, that missed game, you just got to take it as a blessing in disguise because it means that's enough.
That one we needed it to be
injured. Liverpool can crank it up now, and in terms of scoring goals, we're probably better than we were then. And then it could have been a much more tricky game, sandwiched in between the Christmas period and stuff. Now that come at a different time, but you just got to deal with it. Whereas now, you know, all right, we're 5 points ahead, but we can be, do you know what I mean, 8. Do you know what I mean?
First of all, why does G has to come in and do the work, man? Jerry told your people. Why G has?
It's fine. All that's going to happen, like I said, honesty. Who did I say? Honesty, Scraps, and who else was it? Oh, you're not going to get away from me. Honesty, Scraps, and Alexander Delos, or Delos.
Yeah, lost, man. Come on,
put banned from one stream. Just block them from one stream.
That's right. Serving a suspension like, you know, Soberslide, bro.
You know what I mean? But I think today, this is the part where we were talking about the transfer. Arsenal banked on Havertz and Jesus to score their goals. So they spent 100 million on Rice. Now, in hindsight, they probably thinking maybe we should have spent 100 on Isak.
Because the funny thing is, you see like Partey, right? Remember when Partey's played in midfield, Rice has been sitting on the bench.
You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I don't want to because it feels like I'm doing the see, I was right. Rice is a good player, bro. But you know that 100 million tax and everyone's like, no, he's the best.
That's crazy.
But I'm like, nah, bloody, he's all right. He can do the things and, you know, he can keep it simple. But how do you let the big Donny that they wanted out the team take you out the team now?
It's more of a statement, but obviously I'm not even being biased, yeah. But Partey's a ridiculous player. He's ridiculous. But the way he travels the ball, his passing, his way to pass, when to pass. Do you know what I mean? He's top quality. So remember, they just didn't have. It was just that madness that was going on with the accusations and injuries and stuff. That just ruined really the projection because before that it was like, wow, what Partey in midfield? Do you know what I mean? Oh man, who's gonna play? Remember that was the discussion. Oh, if Rice comes in, who's gonna play? And then that madness happened. Rice, don't get twisted, done well. But as KWASI said, if they had Isak there, do you know what I mean, running in behind, it's a problem. But you know, it could even be in Mbeumo, you know. It could be in Mbeumo, it could be Bowen. All they need is someone running in behind. The problem is Martinelli's not that. Martinelli's not doing it. Do you get it? So it's just, you're struggling.
Is it because of the style of football? Like, because they were playing a very elusive, attacking, free-flowing style of football, and then they just changed completely.
But you see, the thing with Isak is adaptable, man. He's one of those old school, new school blend strikers where he could play off the left, he could play off the right, he could drop in the middle like Bobby used to do, and he could just play old school striker. So it doesn't matter how you play. Even if when Arsenal decided, okay, we're going to be more pragmatic, they could have still used him. And that will even keep him longer because he doesn't have to do too much running. That will his injuries will not be as much, right? And in a way, Isak right now for Liverpool, that is a perfect striker right there. And we were talking about bringing a superstar and let somebody else go. Somebody has to go in the front line. I don't want to hurt people's feelings, but
just take the middle. Any of the guys in the middle.
that's what I'm saying. Isak comes in, we a whole different animal.
But this is what we were saying about like the owners, right? Like right now, they said now 150 million. I'll be like, all right, you man, sure. Here's 150 million.
I'm not giving them that kind of excuse. They were willing to pay 150 million. I was on your show where we thought they did.
But I'm saying right now we're looking at two forwards. One can't stay fit and one can't hit a barn door. And then Newcastle said, listen, the star man that's been informed for this month.
No, get him in the summer. You don't need him in January right now.
No, I'll take him in January, bro.
No, but what the problem is though, you see, even like with Isak, right? I know he's a player and he probably would do well. But you see you bring in an Isak and it don't work out and he gets 3 goals in his last like 20 games. You're looking at it thinking, oh no, because again, when you're looking at people saying he's the best striker, when Haaland was banging in goals last season, Isak was a little murmur. Do you get it? It wasn't like, yeah, Isak's the best striker in the Premier League. It was, Isak's good, you know. A couple of people were saying Isak was good, but it was one season, but he's always injured and he can, he can cause problems. But he weren't that. Do you know what I mean? He weren't that. And that's the problem. In January, with no preseason, you're expecting the guy to come in and just do well. Like, you got to, do you know what I mean? And there's no pressure when Liverpool's doing well. Like, when Liverpool's winning games, there's no pressure to go into the market and try and mess anything up because it could not work out. Like, the teams that do that are always teams down in the relegation zone when they're like, shit, we need 10 goals to keep us up. Yeah, get Chris Wood in. Do you know what I mean? Get Rhodes, get Jordan Rhodes in. Can you get us 7 goals from now to the end of the season? Can you do a Demba Ba, Papi Cisse, and Nikita Jelavic to Everton? Can you get us the 10 goals, just scrappy goals that get us survival? Because you're desperate. Liverpool are doing everything correct. You'd still just be topped by more.
And you know the crazy thing, when Liverpool buy in January, we actually good in January buys. Let's start from the top. Suarez. That overshadows Eddie Carroll. That overshadows Eddie Carroll. Right? We have Sturridge, we have Coutinho, the best of the best. Virgil.
Kabak Davies.
They were their buys though. Them man, they weren't buys.
It don't matter. You were playing.
They were free. They were loans.
Now, ends, we can't do that. There were players that were brought in to save the season.
One was alone, and the other one never played.
Bro, there were players that were brought in to save the season.
I don't know.
You didn't end up saving the season with them.
One of them.
Okay, so we are what?
3-2 to me.
3-2. Gakpo, he was okay. Gakpo was okay when he came in.
Yeah, it was.
Diaz was also changed, held money out, right?
Free.
Virgil, I mean,
you
know what I mean?
Free.
You know what I mean? And who else? So far we are on the winning side. The average says that we are
now KWASI sweating. So far it's winning though, 4-3.
No, 4-3, we're winning. This is the World Cup final. I'm winning right now. Come on, give me the money, Uncle Dob. Uncle Henry, give me the money. We do well in January, actually.
Okay, what about Chelsea though, man? Because I thought Chelsea would have, you know what I mean? But for some reason, bro, they don't have what it takes for draws and losses now.
Oh, hold on, but why did you think they had what it takes?
Because they had 2 teams, bro, and I looked at the caliber of players they had from an attacking standpoint. The midfield looking good. Caicedo doing Caicedo stuff. Enzo came back in and started balling out. They had the savior, Cole Palmer. And then I was just watching Neto on them band there. And then Jackson up top was telling me that his conversion rate is higher than Nunes. So in my mind, I'm like, yo, these men are cooking, bro.
This is the thing, though.
They got a good crew on the bench. You've got who else on the bench? João Felix on the bench. You got like ballers there just, waiting to come and play ball. I
don't know, but the English league, when it comes to December and January, that's where people get found out.
The thing is, it's not even every English league, It's every English league. You go to a non-league,
December, January.
It's the same. You don't sack your manager in December again because they know it's tough.
Yeah.
They know it's tough. Like it's the thing. The do is with the way I look at it with Chelsea, I watch highlights of their game, and they looked like they could have scored like 4 in it. So it wasn't like they were getting badded up in the game.
But Crystal Palace looked good though. For some reason,
Crystal Palace can counter you. But when I looked at the game, I'm like, bruv, Jackson, you should have scored that in that shot.
You should have scored like 3 goals.
Yeah, you should have scored 3 goals. I was like, there was obviously Palmer should have scored another goal. But yeah, there was just times. Who played the pass? There was someone else that they played the pass. There was Caicedo played it to someone else. Maybe it was Jackson. But it was just like, oh, they're good. But
let me ask you this.
And this happens in football. The defense and the midfield, not that great. I know people talk about the midfield, but it's not great. Like you've got Lavia. Lavia's good, but experience-wise, like he's not going to run you through a title.
He doesn't have enough games in his legs.
He's got like 30 games. He's got 30 games in his whole career. 40 games max, right? And then you've got like, obviously, Enzo Fernandez is good, but he just had up and down, but cool. And then you've got Caicedo, that even with Caicedo, right? Good player. But is he going to be the guy to win you the Premier League? He can be part of a system, and do well, but he hasn't got the experience of being the guy. Whereas you go look at like Liverpool and City and even like previous, like Chelsea and that, they had players that had been there, done it. And unfortunately, in those games where like you see that Palace, Liverpool might have won that game in the way it went, would have won that game 2-1. And it would have been sitting there and being, oh yeah, Liverpool,
how did we do it?
Didn't play that well, but do you know what I mean? Whereas Chelsea, they'll keep playing expansive and well, but you get caught out a couple of times and it's over.
I know the crazy thing is Chelsea, their players are not seasoned yet. And that's basically what Jerry just said. They are not seasoned yet. They were good. They got off the blocks real good. And then all of a sudden, their legs got weak. They're doing the 200 meters. They after the bend, between that 100 and the 150, people's legs the quad starts to get very, very weak. And that's what's happening now.
And can you imagine, yeah, like Robert Sanchez lifting up the Premier League trophy? Can you imagine like Tosin Adarabioyo or Dizazi going, I'm a league. Come on, man. Like this is just it's not even a discussion.
No, do you know the mad thing I just thought in my head, yeah? Because for some reason Arne Slot just popped into my head. It's like if we win the league, right?
You're still gonna be talking about Forest.
Yeah, bro, that's exactly what
He's still gonna be talking about Forest.
Forest, man. We weren't that good, and I'm looking for us to improve next season. I'm like, we weren't that good. We lost 1 game and we weren't that good. So no games is where we're at good.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, what is he gonna say, bro? What is he gonna say? If that is the case.
No, but I prefer that. I don't want him to be like at the end of the season, oh my God, I couldn't have imagined this. This is the best season ever. Because all that it means is that we're going down. Like the season after, you're gonna see a drop off. And whether that's because of a certain player going Madrid, another one going Saudi, another one going to Real Madrid as well, potentially, or whatever it is, or going to somewhere else, right? It'll be a drop off. I want him to be like, no, but I ain't got my players yet. Like, they're not playing how I want to yet. I haven't imposed myself yet, and I believe my philosophy will be better, play a different way. I want him to hear. I don't want him to say, yeah, this is great. This is the best. Wow, what a moment. Wow, brilliant. Wow. I don't want to hear boom and wow. I don't want to hear that. I
feel like that was shots at Klopp again, bro. Why man just throwing shots? Bro, they're throwing shots at the old gaffer in that. No.
People say there's a Shankly and then there's a Paisley. So,
well, what about Man City, bro? I didn't even know they were playing today, but they smoked up West Ham still.
Man City is still weak. If they find a team that it will hold an energy like how Brighton did to Arsenal, they will lose. Because West Ham, they went in the beginning of the 25, 30 minutes until the first goal came in. They were sitting in the back, just have City do whatever they want. Eventually, they got some confidence and they started creating chances. And Jerry, our countryman, Kudus, he's not good enough for Liverpool. I'm sorry. If he doesn't leave West Ham this January and go, I'm sorry.
I didn't know where you was going with that, Kwasi. Sorry.
No. Kudus. I wanted Kudus at Liverpool for the longest. But the longer he stays, the more his skills start to digress. You don't have Bowen in the team right now.
Do you know what it? Yeah, I agree.
You see what I mean? You're supposed to be, even if you're going to lose, let everybody be like, You see that brother there? Because we said that about Bowen every single game he plays and he loses. We were like, this brother is different. We are not saying that about Kudus until he scores a goal.
Do you know what is with Kudus? Let's be honest, man.
Yeah.
He's a traditional African. Like, I mean, it's very rare you get African players that are on it like that. There'll be one day he's on it. So Liverpool, he was on it. He was on it. He was on it. He was at home. You know, he didn't have to travel. It was a later game. He didn't have to wake up. Do you know what I mean? He didn't have to travel anywhere. It was. I'm in East London. I'm in Essex. I come down. Do you know what I mean? I have my. Do you know what I mean? My watch in.
You know what I mean?
Do you know what I mean? Whereas now, what happens? Yeah, I have my watch for breakfast, all of that, and I'm ready to settle. But what happened now?
That was sitting nicely.
Exactly. Whereas now he went into this game. Obviously, I didn't even watch the game, but I can imagine. Just getting the ball, dribbling, losing the ball.
Lose the ball. Like, he couldn't even pass.
He's probably walking. He's not. Exactly
what you said.
And unfortunately, with what's going on with Ghana and stuff, West Ham, when they had Moyes, it was the right team to have because you had a manager that's going to keep you in check.
Yeah.
This manager, they've got Lopetegui, and this is where the buck starts. I think he's the worst manager in the Premier League. Pound for pound, because the squad West Ham have got and the amount of money they've spent, they've got Fulkrug that was Champions League finalist. They've got Kudus that every team wants. They've got Paqueta that every team has wanted at one point. Bowen, who people didn't even know, he's got something like 100 GA or like 110 GA in like 185 games. Like, it's a silly amount, like what he's done in the Premier League. Like, Bowen's top. You've got flipping Alvarez that was at Ajax. You've got flipping Todibo that United wanted at one point, right? You've got Areola that was at PSG flipping World Cup. Like, they've got a team that's better than what they are right now. And what they're doing, I'm telling you, I was at the game against Liverpool, bruv. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Them man were just walking on the pitch. That man looked like it looked like they were a Sunday League team, and they're like, I'm tired, you know. This is just long. You know, you've got to play long. It was the worst thing I've seen live from a professional team. Yeah, so bad. But it starts with the manager. That Lopetegui needs to go. They need to go. I'm telling you, go and get a Gary O'Neill ASAP. Go and get someone now. Do not, because and going back to Kudus as well. Yeah, he needs to leave in January.
He needs to leave in January. I'm sorry. If you wait, you're not gonna make it into those big clubs in January because his level, like even with the Liverpool game, it was just like he was forcing himself to play well. Yeah, you were dribbling. Okay, Liverpool watch you dribble, but where are you going? Dribble, you get to.
But unfortunately, that's what it was, because what happened, the coach had Bowen playing up front instead of Fulkrug to give them a focal point. Instead of instead of going to basics and saying, look, the space is in behind Liverpool. Yeah? So if we can get it, if Fulkrug can just go and be like, I'm going to pin onto Gomez. Gomez isn't good in the air like that. Fulkrug will probably do a good job. And it doesn't have to be every time. Gomez could have 8 out of 10, win 8 out of 10 duels. But the 2 duels who don't win could be a chance, right? Yeah. But there was no focal point. So they're trying to, but Bowen's not even getting the ball. He's just running like this. And then he fractures his ankle and he carries on trying to play with a fractured ankle, you know.
And then even what's the name?
Was spectacular McAllister, that little slide tackle.
Yeah, that was that one.
Like that. And carried on playing and then it had to come off.
Yeah. And you know, even what's that guy, Pacheco, where everybody, City were trying to get him until that gamble situation happened. Even him, like today, I'm watching, I'm like, bro, you can't be
shit, man. Yeah, he was
He's not being used in the same way, though, man. I feel like he's not himself no more. He's not playing with that freedom and that flair that he was playing.
Yeah, and who is it then? Whose fault is it? Because under Moyes, it looked like everyone wanted him. Yeah, everyone wanted him.
Bare teams, bro.
And that's the ironic thing, right? Is that and I was talking to them, West Ham fans wanted to go and sacrifice Moyes. Yeah, they sent him, a lamb to the slaughter, you know, like an old goat, not an old goat. And you're like,
good football.
I'm not getting milk from you anymore, bro. I'm gonna make some, mix assorted meat. You're ready for the assorted meat, but they sent him the lamb to the slaughter, and this is what they ended up with. This is worse than what they had under Moyes, you know. Bear in mind, they won a European.
Big up David as well.
This is crazy. It's actually getting me mad. They won.
I know that today I was watching the game. I changed the channel and watched Chelsea instead.
Yeah, but this is shit.
As soon as the second goal went in, I was like, okay, this is done. Yeah, they but I still don't think City are out of the rut yet. It's just they're getting the teams that they should beat. If they get a team that's going to challenge them, it's going to be different.
What about
what you don't want, though, is for them to gain confidence. Because if Haaland gains confidence, all of a sudden, those chances that you was missing, because
scored 2 again, bro.
3 goals, and you're like, huh? Because what he scored 2 goals. Isn't he like top goal scorer? Like just under? Isn't he level with like Salah now?
Yeah, a goal behind. A goal
Maybe
behind.
a goal behind now.
A goal behind Salah, yeah.
Deep, he's a goal behind.
After all this run. It's crazy.
Yeah, now because when you start scoring, you're talking about 2s and 3s, bro.
Yeah.
We're not talking about the odd goals in it. It's 2s and 3s every game. Spurs Newcastle, bro. Isak scores again.
It was so
You know
easy.
who else I'm liking? Solanke, blood.
Solanke is not bad at all.
All right, blood.
Solanke-
What I'm saying, if we had Solanke instead of Nunes,
Brother.
because
You know what I mean?
it's another one where I don't know who sees him, but he's probably not the signing that he wants. But Edward sees something in Solanke, we snap him up. Klopp looks at him and says,
Nah,
"Yeah, I don't
I
like
got
him.
Origi.
False 9."
He's like Origi.
And then at the end of his career, he decides and says, "Actually, I want a number 9, but Solanke's
Yeah.
gone now." And Origi wants to go because he hasn't been playing games. So now we need to get Darwin Nunes.
Nah, Origi would have been the coldest 9, about, bro, if we would just used him as a 9, bro.
That injury, I guess.
Finished him off the green. Yeah, when you had that green jersey.
Yeah.
New Balance with the.
He never recovered from that.
I saw a stat for Ange, innit? Ange last season, 5 losses after 20 games. This season, he's got 10 losses in 20 games.
10. He got the same amount of wins as half of the games they played. He lost all of them.
Who? Ange?
Yeah.
When are they going to sack him, bro? Because they have to make a decision on him now.
No, but do you know what it is, though? It's so difficult because they sack him, but they're just going to go, and you know what they're going to do? They're going to go and try and get a defensive manager. And then the fans are going to get upset and say, but we're not scoring goals. It's nil. That's what they're going to do. Whereas now...
But they had Mourinho. Didn't they have Mourinho, though? I swear
Yeah, Mourinho and Conte.
They had Conte and they had Nuno. So they had
Nuno, how long did Nuno last, though? Because you remember, because I
3 months?
Nah, 3 months. It was a quick thing.
They
looked him in the dugout.
The same Nuno at Forest, that Nuno.
Yeah,
And he beat City too that year. He beat City.
Yeah. Do you know what it is? Yeah. I feel if Spurs go and if they've got the ability, and sometimes they do, to get a centre back, right? Like another Mickey Dan van der Ven that's fit, right? And the keeper comes back, I think they'll be. I'm gonna say they'll be fine. I don't think they win the league and stuff, but they get into top 4 because the way they play, we've seen it amongst ourselves.
That's
as well.
a top 5.
And top 5, top 4, but they're there or thereabouts, right?
Yeah.
The way they play, I've seen them. They've popped us off the park as well, playing football.
Yeah.
Problem is, they're like Jurgen Klopp, like to the extreme. You see that when Jurgen Klopp was doing what he was doing,
That's
right?
what.
Or when we didn't have defenders.
Yeah.
That's how it looks.
Yeah.
But the difference is Liverpool got Virgil van Dijk and Alisson at the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't have that. But if they can somehow navigate a situation where they get a centre back that's like raw, he changes what they're doing, right? He just all of a sudden their setup looks different because now they can actually play with a bit more confidence. And when they play with confidence, they can kill you. Like we've seen it. If they start the game fast, bruv, they'll kill any team, like any team. Problem is they can go 2 goals up and they might concede 3.
That's a mad thing.
And
their goalkeeper, they had a different Donny in goal, bro.
They had some Austin, some that was bro. I don't know what was going on today, man.
Apparently got man of the match as well, for the game.
Yeah, mate,
the bench, what's the name? Foster?
Yeah, that's a bench. Injured, whatever, but he's now coming back in. But I feel sorry for Tottenham in that game though, because for how good Newcastle were in certain times, it weren't as good as they were their last game. I don't think they were as good. And that first goal, I can't believe that counted. That first goal,
a handball in it, I swear.
A handball? That's a handball.
I knock it past you, yeah? I knock it past you. It doesn't matter if it's by accident. His arm's out here and it touches his arm. It stops it. But Joe Linton's that
stops the game.
Joe Linton's 6 foot. So it's easily gone like past the majority of people's hips. It's not like it's gone in between his stomach. But it's gone that side. And like if you look at that passage, right? If that pass goes out, they beat the press excellently. Excellently. But that stops them. When you look at that, it's like, bruv, as a coach, I'm like, how can I even...
You can't moan it.
Yeah, you wouldn't tell your team to stop doing what they're doing. And by the way, I'm not saying and shouldn't stop doing at certain times. But in that instance, you're like, bruv, they would have played out. And that could have been a chance, because they were like, it was like 4v3 at the back. and they beat the press well. That's a handball, and they allow that to go in. All of a sudden, you're trailing. You're 1-1.
Yeah,
Didn't make sense.
Changes the game.
No, it didn't make sense at all, man. Yeah, this man's never happy, bro, man. But I get it. You're right, Jerry, bro. He just wants to. He's a perfectionist, and he's also a man that looks at the game in a fine detail, bro. I don't know how he sleeps, bro, because this man must be just thinking about X's and zeros and squares and triangles and just out there drawing lines every day.
I don't even think it's that, I don't even think it's that.
Yeah,
I think
he doesn't take it as seriously.
Yeah, I don't think he takes it as seriously. And on top of that, I just think it's his motivation tactic. Klopp's was like, yeah, we're amazing. And he'll go and just like, yeah, bro, he's lotioning you up. You know what I mean? He's getting you prepped. Like, you're ready to burst. You're so excited, yeah? He doesn't do that. He's like more, I'm going to go the other end of the spectrum, and I'm trying to make sure you're in check. Like, Mourinho was like that as well. Mourinho's like, yeah,
when he first came out, yeah.
You look at him and be like, Hazard will score a hat-trick and be like, yeah, but he didn't do that well. So, like, he weren't good. And you be like, huh? And then you come out the next game and you win the next game. And he done that only because he was thinking about, yeah, we're Chelsea and we got United on the weekend.
Right.
I know he scored a hat-trick. I need him at a different level. And he'll go and I feel like that's what Slot does. He's like, yeah, but 50, that wasn't good enough. And like, yeah, 19 points. So you're always striving for more. Whereas with Klopp, I think some of the players thought like, I'm so excited. Like, I'm so high.
I can get away with murder. And the thing with this guy is he knows how he explain it to the lamest term. He makes it simple. That's the thing. He makes it simple because we have all been saying he's playing club style of football, except he has slowed it down. And we all used to say club style of football was so hard. It took Fabinho 2 months to figure it out.
To grab a buck. You know what I mean? 2 games in pre-season for us to be saying
this guy is a tutor. If you mean in the, you're going to uni or college or whatever, this is a guy you hire as a tutor. Hey, let's go to the library, teach me that math, man. I didn't get it. The teacher, he's a PhD teacher, but he can't teach, right? This guy comes in and be like, I just put these 2 numbers here and there, and then we go, and that's what he's doing.
And what's interesting as well, and what's interesting about Slot, just to speak on that, before we speak about this bum, bro. But
wait, what did you just call him?
A bum. He's a bum, man. He's a bum. But yeah, the thing about Slot, and what I find interesting is obviously we know Johnny Heitinger's there, but there's been no nonsense about Johnny Heitinger takes the sessions and Johnny Heitinger's doing this and that. With Klopp, bruv, I know he was the man manager, but there was always someone in the background lurking. With Klopp, there was no Buvac in it, and then there was no Linders. Like they were together. It's like Lampard and what's his name? What's the brother he's always with, man?
I can't remember the one that was always sitting next to him.
The coach,
I used to see him a lot, I used to see him
like Eddie Howe, like Eddie Howe.
Yeah.
That's what Klopp had in it. With Slot, I don't know how.
I don't know who it is,
but I don't know who the other people are.
I don't know who the other guy is.
I couldn't tell you who the other person is, and that gives me confidence to know. Oh, okay, this is direct from the manager. There's no mad influences. Whereas with Linders, it was like sometimes, look, we've done well, but it was like, yeah, but how the hell did I know who Kravitz was? Why am I knowing who the throwing coach name is? Why should I know the throwing coach name is as a fan?
Politics.
What's your issue with my boy BAJCETIC, Stefan, the Serbian Spanish done?
I think I'll put it this way. I think he's decent. I think he's decent, but I'm going to be honest. He's just not that guy, innit?
Why is he not that guy, bro?
Bruv, you're at Salzburg, yeah? I've not heard.
You had to go on loan, right?
No, it doesn't matter. No, but he's gone on loan. I have not heard one raving review about BAJCETIC at Salzburg, right? At a level.
A couple of their fans saying he's been one of, if not our best player.
No, they haven't. No, they haven't.
I've seen some of the fan stuff on Twitter, bro.
I've seen the fan stuff on Twitter, and they're like, bruv, he can't get a game. He can't get a game. He couldn't get a game.
In the negative section.
The games he played, it was Liverpool fans making compilations of him just passing backwards and sideways. And like I said, he's calm. He's just a good player.
Yeah.
But what, you trying to tell me what he's starting Liverpool's? What he's going to start with Gravenberch?
No, I'm not saying start. Yeah, I'm not saying.
BAJCETIC was touted as, we can play BAJCETIC in the 6, and we can have. Bruv, he was supposed to play where Gravenberch is playing this season. Imagine him there. Based off what 16 games, maybe 18 games in the season when we were like corrupt as hell. Everything was to ish.
No, but he was cooked, bro. He was cooking, chasing, tackling, passing, shoulders.
He didn't have a midfielder back then.
Listen to what he said. The first thing he said: chasing, tackling. This is what
his job role, though, Jay. That's his job role. His job role. Defensive.
That's my point. That's my point.
Pop it off.
That's my point. When you're coming to a team where you just need something, you just need runners, innit? Cool. When you're talking about that next level of player, you need more than that. Hence why Gravenberch is doing so well. It's because he's more than that. He's not just Endo. He's not just Endo. So I'm not saying BAJCETIC didn't have a good season. I think he was calm. I think he was very, very good. I think he was important for us. But is he good enough? You're trying to tell me he's good enough to displace what Gravenberch and then like a Zubimendi if you were to get him. But he's not on that level at all. At all.
We say we want to go and get a midfielder, right? For the winter transfer window.
I don't want to see him, bro.
All right, no, we say we want a midfielder in. I'm saying we could just go and get him in, just play him, bro.
I see. This is again ends. You are for the people, and you and the people don't know what you want. You want a superstar, or you want?
No. Listen, bro, don't do that, bro. I didn't say we want.
I'm just saying. I mean, you're the people's champ. I'm just saying.
We're not gonna. It doesn't look likely that we're gonna buy a midfielder, right? He's not having a great time over there. The manager got sacked. The manager that brought him in got sacked. I think that's gonna go through in it. The Batiste loan. It looks like he's gonna go and sign for them for the rest of the season. Well, I'm like, if we need a midfielder, why not just bring him back and run him?
Because he's not better than Morton.
You didn't listen to what the manager said when he said the reason why I'm not bringing anybody in.
No, Alexander, bro. I'm just saying, bro. What we need a midfielder.
And you know, like it's a situation, right? Think about it. Morton, how many minutes has Morton played? Not much.
Nah, he's got a couple still, but not much.
Not much. So in terms of like the argument that people had for BAJCETIC when they were like, oh, but he's going out on loan because he needs to get some minutes under his belt because he ain't played. Morton's not playing right now, right? So he wasn't even good enough to have those minutes because he's not playing. Because
was he loaned out before Slot came in though?
Huh?
Was he loaned out before the Slot come in?
No. He let him go.
He was playing that right back. He was playing that right back in pre-season.
He did play. My bad. He did play, didn't he?
And that's mad, isn't it? And that's mad. You had the next manager coming in, right? I ain't seen Gravenberch play right back. I ain't seen Jones play right back. But we haven't even seen Joe Gomez play at right back on a consistent basis or left back, right? But he slapped a DM of that, bruv. I've seen this is it's not even the discussion to me. And the fact he's going to Betis are trash as well, you know. Betis are garbage.
Okay. Wow. Big up for Daniel for subscribing to the channel, man.
Hit that like button though.
You know what I mean? If you have subscribed and you're new, let me know because it only pops up when it tells me when people have, but it must have not. There's quite a few of you, so let me know if you have, so I can shout you guys out. All right, you rate this guy then, bro. Jesus Christ, bro, because you don't like BAJCETIC. What about Ben Dope, blood? The man from Celtic that's now apparently 30 million, blood.
Give me the money, man. Give me the money.
Well, you don't see the talent.
Nah, give me the money. And if he comes to Liverpool, do you know the guy he's gonna be replacing? You're gonna put that pressure on that kid.
No, listen, it's not about replace. I don't know why every time we say keep someone, it means they have to go straight. I'm just saying, surely.
Right now, but like you guys said, the players that we're bringing in has to take us to another level.
All right.
So whether he's replacing or not, I want you to come in and say, just like Kwanzaa said, my condolences.
Love for subscribing, man.
You know what I mean?
Big up Persian Pride.
That's why I want to see people say, man. I don't want you to come in and be like, okay, I'm gonna wait till Mo get tired. Mo never gonna get tired. So is that how you kick him off that side, or you move on to a place where
Klopp was utilizing him though, bro. Before he got that injury that kept him out the whole season, Klopp was subbing Salah off to put Ben Doak on games, bro.
But can you imagine why Salah didn't sign an extension before? Can you imagine, like, if Liverpool had tempted him, bro, I'm not signing this shit. What? You're taking me off for this? This? No. Look. Let's be honest. He's a decent player. But again, unless he's the heir to Salah, bruv, just sell him, bro.
And Jerry, let me get back to this guy. And Liverpool doing exactly what you was saying for the people. Get these guys out of here so you could get the superstar in.
I don't look at him as a dead wood, though.
Oh my God.
Hold on, ends, right? If you don't look at him as Deadwood, the way I look at it, right? The way I look at it is if one of the players go, there's potential. The way I look at it is that there's potential that they can go and become the starter there, or they can play there. So you see, like Jones, the reason why I keep raving about Jones is because I believe if one of the midfielders left and he was given the opportunity, he could play. Right? I wanted Grav gone because at the time, and I admitted it, I didn't think he could play the way he could. I was like, bruv, this is just a waste of time right now. That's what right? Same as we're looking at Robbo. I'm like, bruv, he's a waste of, like, he's just, do you know what I mean? Whereas Doak, are you telling me you're looking at him and thinking, yeah, if Salah goes, but he could do what Barcola's done at PSG, where Mbappe goes, but he slots in there and Doak, no, come on, man. Bruv, if Salah left today, bruv, you're looking to spend.
But he's young, bro. Jay, he's young.
Barcola's young, you know.
I know he's young, but Ben Doak's young, bro. So he can, if he's cooking right now, which he is in the championship, right?
What's cooking though? What's cooking?
For me, you know me, bro. The GA stuff is GA, innit?
No. I know, but in terms of what is he cooking? Like, because cooking
he's unplayable right now.
Unplayable,
bro.
So hold on. So what was Morton last season?
He was balling, but Klopp didn't want to play him, bro.
But this is my point: is that we had Morton that was doing damage in the chat. Like as a midfielder, he was ripping it up. You had Carvalho that was doing damage at Fulham, and then he done damage at Hull when the second half of the season. Right? They couldn't sniff a game. Doak is not even on their level. I don't think he's doing what they're doing. He's just running down the wing and working hard.
No, don't do him like that, bro.
A man is saying he's cooking because he's a little. I'm telling you, if he didn't play for Liverpool, like you see, if he was doing what he's doing, would you be like, nah, that Chelsea player on loan's badding up the championship, you know?
Okay, all right, all right. Maybe that's just part of me that likes the kid, innit? But he reminded me of when we had Ryan Kent and we let Ryan Kent go, and I saw a player that was both footed with ease, could dribble past players, had speed, had the ability, and we just went, nah, we ain't even giving you the opportunity.
Is he on the level of Ryan Kent? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Nah, he is, bro.
But baller, you think he's on the level of Ryan Kent? Fair enough. I don't think so.
Bro, this man
one with him.
Bendo dribbled
one. But a young Ryan Kent and a young Doak, if you had a 1-to-1 with them, you look at Kent and be like, yeah, I'm taking him for my team. I want both.
But you can still see the talent of what Ben Doak dribbles.
We need a Nico Williams.
He can go either in the inside or he can go on the outside. The problem he had for us was he couldn't make his decisions. Like the end product wasn't there.
He's one dimensional though. It's one dimensional. Cut to your left and try to shoot. You put Wan-Bissaka on him, it's a wrap.
Nah, man, you cook Wan-Bissaka. And I'm sure we saw that at one point last season, bro. We bought a dog. And he was cooking man down there.
We need a Nico Williams. We need a Nico Williams. If Salah is gone, Nico Williams on the right.
Ben Doak is doing well, man. I don't know, you man trying to diss him.
No. Is he doing better than Kumas? Do you guys think? Obviously, I don't know. You might know.
People are saying Kumas. They say Kumas is doing much better. Like
that's the beautiful thing of comparison, isn't it? And compare and see who's.
Well, if this guy is on the transfer block, then Liverpool are listening to what you said, and they getting some men out, and then in the summer they better spend our money, or else we got questions.
And this is the best. This is the best kind of thing, right? There's links with a certain Frenchman, a techie Frenchman called Cherky.
Yeah.
Doak or Cherky?
Yeah, Cherky, bro.
Yeah, so this is if
Cherky, but I don't. Why do I have to choose? I can still keep
him for what though?
Because we got Rio coming up.
Let him go out.
We got Rio. Why you gonna keep loaning people, man?
You can go and sell him and just be like have a buyback clause.
You man just love shutting the man the minute. No, I hear it, man.
Don't you have a 16-year-old kid coming up?
Yeah.
Exactly. So, Doak, you got your chance. Bye.
Right, he's played 18. He's had 18 starts in 21, 2 goals and 6 assists.
bro.
Two
Like
goals.
I said,
And 6 assists, but he's playing on the right, bro. Come on, bro.
I don't care. Mane was playing on the right. Like, I don't care where you're playing.
Bro, but
Two
Mane
goals.
weren't playing in the championship.
But this is the point. But this is the point. Why would Palace go and want to buy him? And I'll tell you why. Right? They're in a position where they can gamble. Bruv, we need to just 15 million. If it don't work out, we'll charge it. But we need to get that. Do you mean it might work? It might not. Liverpool are in a position where we have to gamble like that.
Yeah.
Shot the guy, put a buyback clause. If he does well, you bring him back. Bruv, Real Madrid done the same thing with what's it called? Carvajal at right back. They sent him to Leverkusen. He done well, they brought him back.
Yeah.
Bruv, I don't get it. Why do we need him in the squad? He's not going to
see that is the part where
we can utilize him and put him in the Prem, bro, just to see what he can do. One more season ain't gonna harm us.
Nah, man.
you got Chiesa. Where are you gonna play?
One more season and then he does dead, and then we sell him for like 12 instead. Get the 30 million.
Give me my money. Give me that 30. Go get me Nico Williams. Get me Isak and then Musiala, and then we done. I don't even care about the left back. Keep Robo and Simicas there for another year.
Bro, man, them calling you out, bro.
Go on, read it, and I'll respond. Read it, I'll respond. Go on.
Man said JJ raving about Solanke now. But when we lack patience, when you lack patience when you was at Liverpool, now he's doubting BAJCETIC, same old story.
I don't want Solanke though. I just said that Solanke will do
He's
better.
playing better. He said he's playing better.
I said he'll do better than Nunes, and I think Solanke's doing all right. I don't want Solanke though.
But you're raving about him. That's what he's saying.
That's not raving about him.
But he's playing better than your man.
I said I'd prefer him over Nunes. That's not raving about him. He's got like 6 goals. I think that's nothing to rave about.
But then why is he saying that you lack patience now?
I don't know. This is what I'm saying. I wasn't even streaming when Solanke was at Liverpool. This is my point.
He must have come from somewhere, man.
This is just someone in their fields that is emotionally attached to BAJCETIC. That's it. But it's not my fault. And if he does well, he does well. But why am I going to wait for him to do well? Because Real Madrid don't wait for you to do well.
They see it.
Hakimi was at Real Madrid. They didn't wait for him to do well. And they're still successful, you know.
And big up to Daniel FC, man. Elon can't own Liverpool. It's a liberal city. The man them saying, you know what I mean? You had patience for certain man, but other man you don't have patience for.
Look, even if that's the case, innit, that's my prerogative, innit? I don't have any patience for this guy. So now what?
Big up King Kush as well for the super chat.
See, that's the part where I was
This
is the part I was talking about. The People's Champ saying that Liverpool fans have to make up your mind. Do you want the superstars? And if you want the superstars, certain players, certain favorites of yours has to go. You can't just stop packing like what's the name Chelsea's been doing.
I hear it, man. I hear it. And then obviously we'll wrap it up with this one. I saw apparently, Slot turned down Ugarte when he
thank you so much, Klopp. I appreciate you.
Do you think that's true though? Would he have turned him down?
Nah. I mean, a lot of people were making a big thing about him. I remember Uncle Albert kept saying Ugarte. He said Ugarte all summer.
Because he's always had that issue by BAJCETIC. Don't worry, it's not new.
He went to PSG and, now he's a man you can't even pass a ball. Slot was looking for a specific 6, and we've been saying it for a long time. Liverpool is not going to be sitting back, so they have to have a destroyer. They want a progressive 6, right? You can defend, you could pass, you can, evade certain pressing that is coming. Mm-hmm. We are not looking for somebody who sits there and just cleaning house. Fabinho didn't just sit there. Fabinho knew how to pass. Fabinho knew how to pass the ball. I mean, he was slightly, I won't say he was a full press resistant, but you could press him and he could still move away from you. Those days, I mean, it depends on the team you're playing, man. Those days are over, man. People are stuck in the past so much that sometimes I'm like, what game are you watching? The game has moved on. You have to move on with the new style of play. Even, what's his name? Endo, he can move with the ball. Like I said, I think it's crap.
Nah, you man, deep.
Nah, he's not crap. I said he's decent, innit?
That means he's crap, JJ, bro. I know what that means, bro. If someone says, do you rate that player? Now he's decent, that means you have doubts. Completely.
Yeah, no, but I do have doubts. Hold on,
Yeah,
hold
but
on.
now-
You have no doubts about this
But it's
guy.
the same as being crap, bro, because you don't think he's good enough.
Ends, I'm asking you, do you have any doubts about BAJCETIC, or you think there's no doubt surrounding him?
I
He's
think
just
there's
good?
a ball. I think he's a baller, bro.
But there's doubts. You don't know he's a baller. You think he's a baller.
Nah, man, I can see that he has the fundamentals to play, bro, that we need.
Nah.
He's got it, bro. He's got it. Klopp didn't know how to use it.
So he's got it, but Nunez, he's got the fun. He's got the pace.
Right. Why Nunez ain't played, bro? He's been on the bench for a couple of weeks, bro. Why does he keep getting brought up?
See, this is again, I go back to ends. You want superstars or you want your favorite players to be there? We can't keep all of them.
No, we gotta get rid.
You want to do there's two types of saves you can do on the Football Manager thing. You can
Right.
do the realistic route where you develop players, you look to, or you go all out on FIFA and you go and put up your budget to, do you know what I mean, financial takeover, and you just go, I want Vinicius out and back. Which way do you want to go, bro? Where do you think Liverpool are? Because we can do the development thing, but it means you've got to give him a chance. So it's even like a BAJCETIC, right? If this was 7 years ago, 8 years ago, 9 years ago, play the damn player. Play him. But don't do this now. You can't do it now.
Do you know what? I'll take the FIFA savior just because of the fan base we have. I don't think they would have the patience to be trying to develop these, man.
No, because think about it.
They'll be cooking me like, yo, get this guy out. We need wins now.
No, because I'm going to be honest. If this was like 10 years ago, even, yeah, like with the team that we had, and sometimes it was poor, I'd be like, maybe a bit longer, but cool. I'd be like, BAJCETIC, play him. Doak, play him. Jones, play him. Harvey Elliott, you're playing every single game. Because I want to maximize and see what these guys can do. And then you might be in a situation like where Arsenal were, where you might have a Saka on your hands. But as long as Arsenal are doing well now, right? Yeah, it's going to be difficult for these men to break through. It's going to be difficult. Look at what happened to Emil Smith-Rowe. Look, even Nwaneri, look how long he had to wait to go and have his chance to go and play. And only because of an injury.
This man there, man. He's the ringleader, you know. I'll just say that. He's the ringleader. All this noise, that's him. I'll just leave that. But I'm going to say this. This couple of days have been one of the most headache I've heard listening to Liverpool content creators talking about the contract. I was turning off channels. It didn't matter who he was. I'm like, what? Like,
and that's an indirect, you know. You were chatting about
it. You know it's mad. So
no, I was talking to him. He knows. I was talking to. I was listening to some people, like, you know, man there who comes out think that they're sensible. They say the right thing. And the man there were Kyle. I'm gonna call Kyle. Kyle told Saeed. Kyle told Saeed, FSG is the one releasing all the money that so-called Trent is gonna get paid because they're playing dirty taxes, them and Madrid. I'm like, Carl, I turned the channel up. And that show was such a great show until they started talking about Trent's contract. I was like, I couldn't do it. Now I need Carl to come in front of the class. I think you need to bring him to court because some of the stuff that Carlo, man, from Coppish, and shout out to Coppish boys, man. Big up to the man there. But Carl, we need to put you in the court, man. We need to bring you to court.
Man, trying to listen. I'll message him and say, listen, they've asked for your summons.
No, he has to answer his crimes. He needs to answer his crimes. What's the show? It was a great show, actually. He and Saeed have I think every Friday they have a show. Great content, very good, sensible, man. I was talking the right stuff.
You know who else said? Strap said I should bring it back as well, man. The court. Well, I need you man's help, bro. I need everyone in the chat help. There's
even the judge himself needs to come to court. His subpoena is coming.
There is none, bro.
The judge,
you make when you make the rules, man, and the laws, bro. But now
courts out here, man.
I need the clips, bro, because I don't get to watch everyone's content, bro. So whenever things are said, I don't see it. So if you guys see something crazy, send it to me, and I'll get them on the channel, bro. We can discuss it. Because I saw Straps. Who did he call out yesterday? I think it was Jamie. Big up Jamie. Man said yesterday you said you thought all three of them was gonna say it. And then today you're saying only Trent's gonna say.
I saw that one.
I was like, raw, man. I said, when did this happen? So send me the clip, and then I could have just, you know what I mean? And then JJ decided to do the whole, disappearing act, bro. Yesterday was meant to be on there and left me in my ones.
Who?
You, bro, you were meant to be on the show with Sam yesterday, and you didn't turn up.
Oh,
Did you forget?
I thought you meant your show. I thought you meant your show.
No. It sounds one.
Hold on, was it just you two?
No. It
Yeah.
was me, K-Mac,
K-Mac.
Jamie.
Oh, so there was a squad of you, didn't I had the madness.
And then Hussam,
I was standing outside in the cold. Do you know what I mean? In flipping jogging bottoms and sliders, no socks.
The fact that
Are you running shop at that time of night, bro?
I'm getting evacuated, bro. Evacuated the building and that.
I'd say cold in that. I'd say it. I hear it. You pulled the fire alarm for no reason.
God knows, bro. I was sitting there like a ting from EastEnders smoking a cigarette outside a gaff, just like. Do you know what I mean?
As honestly said, barely, bro. I was just chilling yesterday, bro.
Nah, he didn't need to say anything because some of the stuff that man them was saying, man. Oh my God. I don't even know how I got into that show. I was at work, doing my numbers. And I guess, because I subscribe to ARNE's, my algorithm, it just popped up. I was like, okay, I see ARNE's on the show. Let me listen while I do this work. My man, I was like, then they call in,
told me. You have to stop the work. You have to close
I was like, bro, he knew I was texting him. I was like, brother, hold this guy accountable. Do not let him out. Oh, man. Now, it was a great show, and the fact that even Hussam was making, Hussam always go hard for Salah, right? Even him, he was like, hey, if Salah and Virgil loves the club so much, why haven't they signed the contract?
Bro, I've been saying this for ages.
You know what I mean? But Trent is the one who's a snake.
The narrative right now, I don't give a toss about what Salah and Virgil are saying. I love the club.
I don't want to hear it.
Because logically speaking, they're not being offered less than what they're on.
Nope.
Yeah?
If you love the club.
If they love the club, just take the extension.
Take what they're giving to you then. You said the club loves you, so if they love you, they give you what you want. What else you want?
I'm not gonna lie. I'd prefer them not to say anything. Me personally,
that's what I'm saying.
I prefer them to be like, look, I'm not going to tell this come our contract. I'm playing for Liverpool. I love Liverpool, and that's it.
Hey, Jerry, how do you vilify the person who said, I do not want to say anything because that's not how I roll?
Because the reason why you can vilify it, because you see, like what happens, yeah. It's like a kid in a family. Mum and dad are abusing him. He's frustrated. He's angry and all of that. Yeah. And what does he do? He goes and bullies the kids at school. He takes it out on someone else. And all they're doing, they're taking it out on Trent. Because Virgil and Salah, you know deep down, they're the ones you cannot let go. But Trent's the one that, even before the whole contract situation, when there was the discussion about who would you let go, it was always, we can let go of Trent, but we got to keep the other two. But so because you know that, it's cool. If I had to say to you now, yeah, bruv, you only got to get rid of Virgil and Salah, right? The difference is you can't let go of them because you feel like, oh my God, like they're the best, the best in the back, and you got Salah what he's doing. That's why. Because when Salah was performing poorly last season, go back and check the tapes. Oh,
everybody wanted him out.
What have we done? What have we done? Get it out. Get it rid now.
Yep. Too much money. 350, not doing anything. No, I mean, I'm sorry. If they get their money, congrats to them. Like I said, don't bankrupt my club. But if you're coming out here talking about I love the club, but then every day I see you on TV talking about this is my last year, bro, shut the up and let us win the league, right? Win the league.
Because if anything, do you know what Salah's doing?
He's the one lying. It's not Trent the snake.
Exactly. What Salah's doing, right? He's trying to save face because he wants his legacy at Liverpool to be high, right?
Yeah.
Right? So he wants to leave Liverpool as though,
he wanted to stay. It's the owner's fault. He knows that
because he's banging and because he's popping off right now, right?
Yeah.
It's like he can do no wrong. I'm telling you, let him fall off towards the back end of this next bit of the season. If he falls off and carries on doing this, the narrative changes.
Yep.
And I'm telling you, and that's why he's doing what he's doing, because he wants to leave. He wants a different challenge, but he don't want to come out and be like, leave, I want a different challenge and stuff. Because he wants to, remember, his ideal is, I want to have the goals, the assists. I want to be Liverpool's best ever player. I want to be regarded as one of them. He can't be regarded as one of them if he tells man, I'm trying to cut. This is because Liverpool fans will just cut him off like that. He needs to be regarded like, I did everything to stay, but they didn't allow it. So I had to, I was forced out. But how are you being forced out?
I've been forced out.
The minimum. So you're asking for 5 bills. This is why I'm looking, and this is why I'm feeling it. You're asking for 500,000. You're asking for something so outlandish that Liverpool are like, but we can't do it. And now they're checking in their pockets trying to give you everything they got, and you're still saying no. Yes, because
You know the crazy thing, Jerry?
That's calm. And that's calm. But just don't lie to me.
Yeah, exactly.
I love the club. I love the.
I love the club. Okay, so sign it. Take whatever the club is giving to you. Then I'm sure you made enough money. And remember, the last time he was signed signed his contract, he tried something, and the fans, the fans flipped on him.
Man, you man left me in the shadow when he came to Salah when I was questioning certain things. All of a sudden, you man have chest now.
But I've been saying this.
Nah, but no one was listening, Jay, bro. Because even with me,
and
they threw me under the bus, bro. Like, it was like, nah, what this
I didn't.
And the thing is, King Kush, yeah, what you're saying is, come on, guys, they have to get the best deal for them and their families.
Yes.
I agree.
But then
treat Trent the same way. I need to get the best deal for my brother.
Exactly.
My brother.
Thank you.
You know that Lion King thing. You know what I'm saying about my brother? That's what it's doing. It's my brother. It's my brother. My brother. No. We're trying to elevate, right? So cool. He needs to get the best deal as well. Then
all of them should get what they think they are worth. Like I said, don't bankrupt my club. Don't lie to me.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that Trent doesn't deserve that or Virg doesn't deserve that. I'm not getting involved in that. But don't do this thing where like it's like the way he's making it seem, and even Virgil is that them man aren't getting like they're not being offered contracts. There's no progression, no nothing. Like they ain't spoken to them. Dead. They've spoken to you. You are not having it because you don't want to be there, and that's calm. That's all right.
You know the crazy thing is, as much as Brethren on the picture talking, he never says, "Yeah, they offered me the contract, but it's not good enough." So what is good enough? Is it the money or is it the longevity of the contract? You need to tell us. If you're speaking, tell us the whole truth. Don't just say that, oh, I love the club. If you love the club, then don't bankrupt the club.
You know what? If he was honest, right? If he was honest, do you know what he'd do? He'd be like, look, they don't want to pay me what they want to pay me. And he could say that, or they're not giving me the length of contract. Yeah. If you're going to talk. But all of this, we're asking him, I love the club, but it's my final year. What? That's like
how does it mean? That doesn't make sense. And Trent have told you.
This is like a relationship thing, yeah. Where you're speaking to your girl.
I was thinking about that.
You're telling your girl, like, telling your girl, nah, like, I love you, but I'm trying to leave, right? And then she's like, no, but like, let's work through it. Like, what's wrong? What can I do to better it? And you're telling her, no, like, yeah, I love you, like, but I want to be with you, but I can't. And you're like, but why? And you're not, but at that point, now you're not trying to work through it. Let's just be honest. You're not. You're trying to cut. You're trying to dust out. So that's what Salah's trying to do right now.
Yeah. And put Darren Ferguson's
because they're seeing GA and they're seeing him back off his top. Do you know what? I haven't seen him once. I haven't seen him once back off his top and be like, look at that badge.
Exactly. He takes his shirt off.
Him. It's about
he takes his shirt off and show those muscles, those washboards.
My contract, not secure me because I'm going to help Liverpool do this.
Darren Ferguson, you are right. They don't want to say it. So don't say anything. So don't say anything. And you know one thing that I don't like. You know one thing that
Jerry's getting. Here's why.
Yeah.
When I was saying these things about Salah, but the man just did that ends. I hate him, like just hate.
I remember. Where's Pops? Where is Pops? I want Pops in there. Where's Pops? Get Pops out here. That's his man, right? No, you know the crazy thing is, there's one guy who's quiet, there's the other one who's talking too damn much, and there's one who's in the middle who just want to answer the question but don't want to say anything. And one thing that I didn't like what Salah did to Virgil was after the Southampton game, Virgil was walking away and he says something to get Virgil be part of, he's leaving too.
The chat. And the thing is, it was planned out as well because after the game, he's gone and been like, cool, like what time is it? Yeah, I got to get ready. And man, I'm like, where are you going? He's like, no, like my family are out there. And
welcome, Pops, welcome.
Everyone's like, cool, Virgil's probably putting product in his hair and that.
You know what I mean?
Over to the media area. And he's like, yeah, are we ready? Yeah? You recording? Yeah, cool. Yeah, bro, it's just not working. I'm not getting my contract. Bruv, this is, like I said, he's doing a ploy to get what he wants. Yeah. And that's fine.
That's fine. Get your money, brother.
But we can't. I don't like the narrative that's being split like span regarding Trent.
Pops, stop the agenda.
That's why I'm not saying nothing, bro.
Pops, stop the agenda. Tell your man, sign the contract, fat boy. Sign the contract. Come on.
I'll stay that segment.
I'm not gonna lie. It's as simple as this, yeah. Liverpool haven't offered him, and this is logically, they haven't offered him just a 1-year deal extension. They haven't done that. Yeah. So it would have been the 2. And minimum, it will be what he's on.
Yeah.
That's being very conservative.
So
that's
how much
being
you want? What do you want, brother?
Exactly. So he's either he wants something like 5-year deal, to secure himself, which is his mad, or even 4-year deal, or he wants that 450, 500 bags. Either way, you don't want what Liverpool are giving you. That's why we're far away from an agreement.
Exactly.
So you don't want to stay on Liverpool. You only want to stay at Liverpool if you're earning money.
I know the crazy thing is,
because he's not going somewhere else to get on the same amount of money. He's going somewhere because it's about the money. Then it's about the money. It's about the monetary. It's about the contract.
You know the crazy thing is, if you want to stay, you put the power back into LFC hands. So now you take whatever we give you because you say you want to stay. Right? The fact that Liverpool said we are not taking any money for Trent tells you that it's not about the money. Liverpool don't need the money. They don't want the money. So if people who are going after Trent saying, oh, get us a transfer fee, get it a transfer fee. Liverpool said, bro, unless you bring in some crazy money, 100 million, 200, okay, Trent, thank you, bye-bye, go to Madrid. But you're going to give us 25 million for what? We don't want the money. That should tell you fans, people's champ, tell your people. Your owners don't care about the money. The fact that Madrid came out and gave him money for Trent, where he can go for free in 6 months.
Prince.
That tells you that the owners don't care about the money. They want to keep the players. So,
Prince. 1 second, Prince.
Watch him.
Yeah, Prince, quick one. He's saying there, you don't know, stop acting like you know everything about what Virgil. I didn't say I know. I'm saying I'm being logical, bruv. Yeah,
people don't.
They haven't offered, bruv. I'm telling you now, if Liverpool had offered Salah like a 6-month extension or something, is that what you're trying to tell me? They've done something outlandish or said, no, we're going to pay you 100 bags after paying him 350. They haven't done that. If you've been in the sport, they haven't done that. They've offered him the same amount he's on and probably would have given him like a 2-year deal.
Yeah.
He don't want that because he wants more. He probably wants a 3-year deal or he wants more money. It's either one of those. So both of them, it's all, hold on, when you're dealing with contract, it's selfish. You're trying to get as much money for yourself as possible, as much security.
Yeah, of course.
So it is selfish. Virgil is being selfish. Trent is being selfish. Salah's being selfish. But they're entitled to be selfish. It's their career.
They earn it. They earn it. And this is the part where, if you allow me, Ants, when Savage and I were arguing back and forth on the other show, and I said, the previous manager, my manager, I love Klopp as anybody else. He's also to be blamed. If you want to blame the owner, I will shut up because yes, the buck always starts with the top, right? But he asked for a contract for Milner, and they told him no. When he got those midfielders, and he gave the captain to them 2 boys, you telling me that he couldn't go to Mandem and say, hey, these 2 captains here needs a new contract? Because that was that same year he told the fans, trust us, we're going to do better. When he brought in Szoboszlai, McAllister, Grav, and those types. That is when he should have renewed the contract. You know that 150 million they were trying to give to Caicedo? That should have gone into the contract. But they didn't sign him. People want to act like, Klopp has no power. He was able to get FSG to pay 85 million for a Mandem, I'm not going to mention his name. So a lot of people are responsible for this. Edwards and Hughes are trying to fix that problem. That's it. So if you are LFC fan, and tomorrow we will see. Anfield usually do talk.
Anyway.
Yeah, Anfield usually talks for most of us. And tomorrow they're going to be clapping for Trent. They're going to be clapping for Salah. They're going to be clapping for Virgil. And they're going to cheer for them for us to beat those monks. Did I say something bad about Jose monks? Terminology, right? I'm good. Or let me say the Manuels, right? The Old Trafford people. And that's it. All you guys calling Trent snakes, you are shameful. And personally, if you ask me, Trent, if I'm the last person to keep Trent in the club, I'll say, Trent, go. The way these people treated you like that, go. No. We can't do two-face. No. There's no two-face here. You gave me a contract. You gave me a job. I did the job so well. You want to give me another job. That's why you're upset. But then I didn't even say anything. Then you get mad at me and say, nah, you get out of here. You a rat. You a snake. No, you didn't love me in the first place.
They're getting onto the brother and that and like racially abusing them and stuff.
And you want me to stay here? Come on now.
All right, listen, guys, we'll wrap it up there, man.
They even got to the mum, you know. They got into the mum. They're like, the mum bred both of those. Do you know what I mean? She's the root cause. I'm like, crazy.
And you know the crazy thing is, we Liverpool fans were just making fun of Man U for what they did to Xerxes. And the next day, we do the same thing, and we do it worse.
But listen, guys, we'll wrap it. We'll leave it there. Man, great conversation, great show. Longer than what I thought it was going to be for, to be fair.
By the way, did I do FSG justice? You know, Ant was for the people. I was for FSG.
Clearly not, because
did I lose subscribers? People, please go KWASI TV. You know, help a brother.
I've already put you in the description.
Thank you so well.
You've already know. Sorry, even the title is on there. Yeah. But listen, back tomorrow 10 p.m. If we have a game, great. Then we will be back at 10 p.m. to discuss the game. If we don't have the game, we'll still be back at 10 p.m. to chop up whatever craziness is going on around the fan base. JJ, big up to you. KWASI, big up to you.
Man.
K-Mac Jonathan as well, big up to him. Chat, big up to you, and big up to all the new subscribers as well. Quite a few of you, man. Turn the notification bell on, like, subscribe, do all that great stuff. I've already done the timestamps, so it's easy for anyone that's joined late to go back and watch. I would say go to that last bit as well. I say, what was that timestamp? Let's say go to 2 hours and 12 minutes, man, where JJ and KWASI tear apart SALAH. But go to that part. That's it.
We did that. We were just telling the truth. We were talking about, we're not even talking about SALAH. We're talking about the fans who've been two-faced.
KWASI, do you have a stream coming up tomorrow before?
Tomorrow I'm thinking of doing a watch along, to watch the Manchester United versus. Okay. Yeah, so are you doing anything tomorrow? Because
10 p.m., bro. 10 p.m.
Okay, then hey, watch along, people. Please come rock with your boy. We have fun over there. So, join me, KWASI TV. And big up to Ant. Appreciate you bringing me on the show. JJ, big up. Hey, JJ, where are we going to Colombia, man? You got to take me next.
Bruv, next time.
You got to take me there, man. I'm seeing some things. Colombia might overtake Brazil, man. What do you think? Quick debate. Colombia, Brazil, what's going on? What do you guys think?
Colombia's there, man.
What are we saying? He's swapping Alisson for Diaz.
I've been on the Diaz train, like that. I've been screaming for Kelleher, like that.
But listen, go and check out the timestamps. Broke it down for you guys. Great conversation. Peace.